Lots of crime in this town, hardly time to get it down. The police, so worn out from all the trips out to his house. High cop just got dispatched. What will it be this time? Did someone spoof his cell phone, or is he holding a knife? He don't like to take showers, no. He rarely changes his pants. He's gonna go on for hours, and at the end of his rants, he'll be out there and dancing on the old wooden stand. Yeah, he's the Grifton seaside drunk beggar man. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside Grifton beggar, baby. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside Grifton beggar. Long ago, there was peace. Oh, before they signed that lease. Just these past couple years, smells like wine, mouth foam, and tears. Ew, coming from the cottage, weird sounds day and night. All they do is cook, drink, smoke, and fight. He don't like to take showers, no. He rarely changes his pants. He's gonna go on for hours, yeah. And at the end of his rants, he'll be out there and dancing on that old wooden stand. Yeah, he's the smelly seaside drunk blogger man. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside Grifton beggar, baby. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside Grifton beggar, baby. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside Grifton beggar, baby. Yeah, he's a beggar, oh, city's trying to clean up, becoming gentrified. Just can't ever happen till he goes bye-bye. He don't like to take showers, no. He rarely changes his pants. He's gonna go on for hours, whoa. And at the end of his rants, he'll be out there and dancing on that old wooden stand. Yeah, he's the smelly seaside drunk. Yeah, he's the smelly seaside drunk blogger man. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside Grifton beggar, baby. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside Grifton beggar, baby. He's a beggar, seaside Grifton beggar, baby. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside Grifton beggar, baby.
Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Happy Wednesday. Sorry about yesterday. I just figured with the news in the community, people might be going live and pay their respects. I didn't know Real, keeping it real with Lefty. I did not know him, but I'm very sorry for his loss and any of you affected by that. So that's always going to be tough. Hey, Gina, by the way, I'm sorry about yesterday. You were first. You were so happy about being first. Beans, I'm not sure if you're able to make it back today. Hey, Daisy girl, health and wealth, Gamecock Jenny. Hey, Jendy, don't say much. Robin, hello. Hey, Dirty, drive carefully. Tina, hey. Petty AF, Cranky, hello. Stacy, Irish. Let's see where we at. Sarah, let's see. Hold on, Sarah. You get your own chicken sound bite, Sarah. Hey, Sweets and Beyond. Let's see. All right, who else? Hey, my eye keeps twitching. Stop it. Hey, Gypsy. Let me catch up. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Hey, Nikki J. Did you like that, Sarah? Hey, Siriana, please drive carefully as well. Yeah. And should be fishing. Hello. I'd actually, if it wasn't so hot, I would say yes. I would want to do that as well. Okay. So sorry, my mind has been all over the place this morning. I actually made a meme like for the first time in forever. I went back and I remembered I watched Wet Sox video on Michael and Angela and how Angela was basically dumping all this laundry on Angela. And it reminded me of a meme I made. And I thought it was like within the last year. And it's a meme of Michael standing in the yard with some big bloomers and a laundry line, putting clothes up and folding them. And there's Michael doing that. But I can't believe it was from, I'm scrolling and scrolling through hundreds of memes. It was done in 2019. And I swear, I feel like I remember making this. I know, you know what? I'm going to have to, Gypsy, just start taking my own chickens and making my own shout outs. So maybe that's what you get if you become a member. I'll have to do it either in the morning or in the afternoon. I've been going in and out this afternoon. I'm like soaking wet already. And I need another shower. So anyway, that was funny. And then I saw this, a walker bedazzled, and it just reminded me of Darcy and Stacy. Not so much because it was bedazzled, but because it's a walker and they're probably closer to that than the other stuff they're peddling. But since I don't do 90 days anymore, but I did post it. So anyway, magnesium. Hey, Susie, magnesium for a twitchy eye. Really? Well, this eye I've had like surgeries on, like too many, but actually I will try that. I will try it for sure. It's constantly leaking or, tears. So I'm not crying if you ever see some sad tears coming. This is just what it does. I just got 5 years ago. And that's funny because that's where we're going to start today. I was going back, I was going back and forth of whether to cover our very own. Johnny! Oh, Johnny! Our very own chicken head Johnny. Oh, Johnny. He's not here. And then I saw he activated his Twitter, and I'm like, it's just a matter of time. And then I was still, I had edited this file that was gifted to me. And I was like, I don't know, man. This is going to probably piss him off and make him come out of hiding. But honestly, he's always come out of his hiding. And he's never given me any grace. So I don't know why I would give him any grace. He freaking threatened to kill me. He threatened to kill my chickens. There's no apology. And he still blamed me for making the calls in a group of people. So no, John, you don't get any, you just don't get any grace from me today. Maybe on a different day in a different mood, you would have. But as we see, life is very short. So I'm going to play what I actually put work into and edit it. And it is from the 2019. Oh, wait. I need my historians. I'm trying to go back here. In 2019, I think is when he was staying at Glen Crack. And then in like 2020, they went to this hotel room is after HDJ. So this has to be early 2020. So 4 years ago. Oh, Maria. Sorry.
Maria! Oh, Maria!
Okay, I'll try not to do that anymore. Just the John ones, maybe. When I feel like chicken head yelling for him. I have one for Julie and for Kelly too. I think those are fitting. Hello, by the way. Maria must be a popular name because there's a whole bunch of those for Marias. Did I say hi, Cranky? Hello. I hope Todd is doing well. Hey, Cree. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. So yeah, this video, so 4 years ago, this was after the Home Depot Gen, and it's a live in Glen Crack Motel. There's some video of them out front of the hotel that was in his stories. They're having a grand old time. And then it's I've had a few clips from this live, but this is the first time that I've gotten the entire live. I think my very first live, I actually discussed the John and Cody breakup. And again, this isn't prying. You guys made this all into content. It's not like I'm, breaking into your house and getting into your albums and, helping myself. This was all content. It was content when you broke up. You did an interview with 100% true shit. I have that first video. I might actually do it again so I can delete that very first YouTube. I'm a little bit better with the controls, not much, but I am some better. So I may do that again with the actual interview. So that would have been around, I think, late January or actually mid-February when he did that interview. And then like a week later, Operation Poodle or whatever was put into gear and they rescued poor Cody from poor Home Depot jet. Hey, Dorothy. DeRoth. I still call my chicken DeRoth or Dort. That is so funny. Anyway, so it is like an hour long. I did edit this a lot, and I actually found the documents to, that he's reading from. I added those. So he does read. It appears word for word. He's not happy, and they make all kinds of accusations about, why what Cody said to the police is wrong and a lie. It's just typical. A bunch of excuses for why it's not their fault. Cody was made to say these things, or almost implying to at one point that the cop made up a bunch of shit and put it in the report. I never said that. I seriously doubt Cody, the cop just decided, I'm going to say that he put the iPad down during a live, covered up the camera and said, ow, stop hitting me, Cody. I mean, come on. So whether it happened or not, I don't know. I do know police reports can be wrong on several things. Generally, though, they get the general idea of what's happening. So again, I can't tell. Sometimes they're acting like this is totally made up. And then other times Cody is saying, well, yeah, Jennifer was staring at me, so of course I had to say what she wanted. Of course, there's never, ever any responsibility. All right, let me go ahead and get this started. Come on. I've realized that, I usually speed up the videos I'm playing, and it's not very, as a person that likes to listen on 1.5, usually when I'm replaying a live, if I speed it up too much, then you don't get to hear all that. You still have to listen to me drone on. So I put it somewhere, it's still a little fast, but not a lot fast. So I hope that's helpful for anybody that is likes to rewatch them. Yes. It's just, again, we all know they can make mistakes, but I don't think they're going to just create a bunch of crap out of whole cloth. All right, I'm trying to remember. Oh, so I put a meme in the front of this. I was looking at stuff, obviously, chicken shit. It knows how to find me now on Instagram. Anyway, this one popped up. So I popped it in the beginning of this video. Are you going to play? Well, I guess it's not going to play. That's weird. Huh. Let me make sure. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Well, my other edits are in there. Well, there was a meme here. It was funny. Hey, Suddy. Hey, Jody. It's coming. Oh, okay. This is, of course, they're crying before so this is late November 2019. This is when, that's the other reason I am playing this now for anybody, because obviously we all know that John and Cody have a notice on their door that they need to vacate. And I'm bringing this up for also that reason. I want anybody that's considering having these two into your home, around your animals, your children, your spouse. I want you to see the amount of chaos that it will bring you, because it will. Believe me, don't believe me. There's always stories with anybody that's tried to help them out. So if you're thinking about bringing them into a basement or whatever, it's always roses at first. And at the very end of this, there's like a 5-page from Jennifer's perspective, because we've all heard hours and hours and hours of John's. And then Jennifer HDJ wrote like a 5-page synopsis of it from her perspective. So yeah, really rethink this. But anyway, so this is when they were living wherever in New York or New Jersey, and they got a notice that they had to be out in 3 days. Again, I didn't believe it then, and I don't believe it now that they had to be out. I think they knew ahead of time. You don't get 3 days, especially up there, I imagine. Even 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you get more than 3 days. They knew it was coming. So this is, probably around November, I'm guessing that this happened. If I'm wrong on any details, please let me know.
It's gonna suck, but it's okay. We're gonna do this. God,
We don't have any
so
savings.
Bad. No,
We live
spent
paycheck
all of
to
it.
paycheck.
We
You know what? Oh my God. That's so annoying. I should know my phone goes off. You're muted. 2 times. What did I say? Jody, I know I thanked you. I'm not touching the mute again. You're just going to hear all kinds of bodily noises coming out of me. Okay. You're going to hear. Anyway. Now I got to go back to my comment. Jody, thank you so much. And I was talking about health. Jen told a whole lot of problems having them in her home. Yes, there's 5 pages at the end of this. I do believe a lot of it, some of it, so like, again, the truth is somewhere in the middle. Try to remember everything I said. 2 things can be true. John is chaotic in what he brings, and those things could have happened. So we'll listen to it all. Hey, Kels, I didn't say hi to you. I think I said hello to some other people. So embarrassing. Okay, let me try this again. They had to be. I mean, it's a huge process to get somebody evicted. Thank you so much, Jendi. Everybody, thank you. I'm going to have to borrow your deep muted thoughts, Cooch, that I made. Deep muted thoughts by E11. Okay, let's try this again. Thank you again, Jody. All right. I'm not even sure if I said what I wanted to say.
spent it all to get back up here.
Yeah, this is their GoFundMe. I don't even know how long I've been muted. All right. Yeah, this is their GoFundMe somewhere in late 2019, probably November. And then we're going to go through with the live through February-ish, 2020.
And
We're fucked. We're just fucked.
I just wanted because it's scary. Like a sheriff puts a fucking note on your door saying you need to be out in fucking 3 days with like nowhere to go and nowhere to put your shit. Like we were gonna have a tag sale.
It's like, look at this shit. Like,
We were gonna have a tag sale on Saturday coming up, I just put a fucking article out on.
I even told my boss, I said the 28th
And we were gonna
is my
sell-
last day.
But, like, yo.
I recall more of that, but in this gift of videos that I was given, I'm not going to thank the person publicly, but I am very thankful because I thought I had this, but I obviously didn't. I just had clips.
It's a fucking show.
So now he and Cody, they already went all the way out to what state did they go to? Idaho? I'm trying to remember now. It's been so long. Idaho, I think, and then turned around and came back because they ran out of money, and they ended up here at Glen Crack. Well, they stayed with Jen, and then they end up at Glen Crack Motel, and that's where we are now in February-ish 2020.
It's a fucking show. Like, this is a fucking hotel. See? Look, hotel.
He wasn't on YouTube, I don't think, until later in 2020. That's for sure. He was mostly IG. And you can see like this live is IG that he's got. And the one that I'm playing is an IG live. So he didn't start that until a little bit later.
Hotel. This is what I've been hiding. Shitty hotel. This is why I don't go fucking live. Because, like, I don't want the world to see us in the position we're in due to fucking haters that... You guys just don't fucking know. You don't know. Shit. Hold on for a second.
Look for the love.
No, and there is no continental breakfast here either. No, we don't even get free coffee. I'm lucky we get Wi-Fi. Yeah. Cody!
Ugh, this is a little loud. Let me see if I can turn it down. This is outside. I guess John isn't lying. That place is hopping. I assume this is, well, this had to be early, not actually in season. I assume well, when is in season for Seaside Heights? Anyway, they're out in the parking lot having a good time. I just included it.
What song did you sing?
They did like Christmas shit.
No, like, the Christmas shit is gold. Wait, like...
Yes, Jody, I'm sorry. I think that as soon as I think I came off mute, but if I didn't, again, thank you so much. It is much appreciated. And I am very close to 1,000. I hear I'm like 6 or 8 away. So, and I will be doing a chicken live later this week. Some gardening, actually. Hold on. Before we get totally down this road, I have my new cracky containers going. I made a video of some of it. I've been working on an intro for my chickens. My husband says the timing is off. I don't hear it, but I'll give you a little taste of what I'm working on. Hold on.
Thank you for laying some eggs, digging up my plants with chicken legs. Each 6 a.m. y'all just wake up the neighborhood, and y'all can make a big mess, always stepping in your poop and food. When I paint, you are the hardest animals by far, but then you leave these gifts to me. Thank you for laying some eggs.
My husband's going to be upset that I played that because it needs a lot of work. So I'm going to try to get it done, but I like it. Yes, it's so much you're going to hear. A lot of the things he says, of course, he's still going to be saying they're still going to need help at 40. They're 40 hanging out in the parking lot with a bunch of, it looks like much younger people, but they're 45 now needing some help. I'm sure to find a place, down payment, co-sign. I mean, again, this guy who I just thought it was so ironic last week. He's sitting there saying how he literally is better than all of us. I mean, I'm going to try not to pile on too but again, when I think about the crap that he said, and just rolls with everything, and just the horrible stuff he says, and the lies, I really then lose. I don't care. I'll say it then. It's probably going to come out a lot this live. Nope, wrong one.
Let me get that, like, oh.
This is the famous Glen Crack Motel.
Just sing. At this point, you might as well. My mom always taught me not to talk to strangers, but I just love to. We just love to. No, I think I'm gonna skip part. Oh. You have to re-roll.
Okay, so it's my turn, so here we go.
Come down and play, guys.
What does that say?
Sing to.
Alright, so.
Oh, that's all fucked out.
That's a
Sing
re-roll
to a
thing.
drunk guy.
What does it say?
Sing to a drunk guy.
Yeah, you guys aren't drunk yet, right?
Drunk is here, like.
Drunk.
Any drunk guy.
I'm a drunk guy.
I love you guys. You're so awesome. It says 1K. I am somebody. People like me. I can see my name in the phone book now. Thank you so much, guys, for who just subscribed. Thank you very, very much. Now, look, hubby. Now we'll wrap this again, and you can give it to me again. Thank you, guys. I'll stop interrupting. Don't remove it. No, put it back. Put it back.
Up there? Hey.
I have to sing to a drunk guy. Who's drunk?
Are you drunk? Yes. Okay.
Wait.
Sing. Come down and play with us. We're rolling the dice and having a fucking good time. Come
Make
back.
my wish come true. All I want.
I mean, do you not think how you have these 40-year-old men just drunk in a parking lot at a hotel? That's not creepy at all. That's really icking it on the creep factor for me. It's really bing, bing, bing. Now they're going to be 45, but I think the Glen Crack Motel is going away too, or it has gone away. So that one ended. I don't know who this is.
Say hi.
Oh, hi. Sorry. The teeth, the lungs, the lip, the lip.
The tip, the teeth, the tongue.
The tippy, the tongue, the lips, the lungs.
The teeth. Now you got me fucked up.
The lung, the hug, the mung, the hung.
The teeth, the tongue, the tip of the lips.
Tippy, the tots, the titties.
That's a good point. I mean, since then, when they couldn't find a place, they, again, if John had made such a big deal last week of telling us how he's so much better than all of us, this guy has not done anything in these 5 years to repair things. They, it's my understanding, took out liens on their cars, and that's why they need Kathy to pay off the lien for them. They've just done nothing, it looks like, to repair that and be responsible.
The teeth, the tongue, the tip of the lips. That's it.
The teeth, the lung, the top of the tits.
Not lungs.
And my saying it is.
For some reason, the room is loading super slow, so I don't want to have to repeat anything. So I'm just gonna wait a few minutes, and we're gonna keep watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills until we're watching Beverly Hills right now. We've been watching it like.
I just forwarded through this because he goes on and on about, waiting for the room to load. So it's only like 20 seconds. Thank you so much, Lee.
All right, so a couple things. I don't know how to word this the right way without offending anybody.
Barbara did suck. You know, it's hard doing this, and like I get that people don't really want to see like what's going on in our personal fucking lives, but like what's going on in our personal lives is a result of this bullshit 90 Day Fiancé fucking show, and what the shit that's happening to us isn't some blogger fucking bullshit. It's like real fucking life.
How much younger is Cody? He was like maybe in his early 30s. Right?
Life, jobs, police, CPS, fucking, like, and like, you know, I've been sucking it in, because you know, listen, it's not the first time I've been down this fucking road with like fucking...
With Dorit?
Yeah, with Dorit. I wish me and Dorit were fighting.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. But, you know, it's hard to do this. You know, I do this because...
Yeah, keep in mind, this is the guy that also made fun of Sophie's $50,000 house. I don't know if that's true. It looks like they've, you know, from the photos I can see, it's a nice house. If they've done a lot of work for it, either way, it's theirs. It's something they own and worked for. Again, but he tries to sit there and say, oh, my neighbor, this is John last week. My neighbor's car costs more than your house. I mean, he's just constantly got to put people down. And then he's going to play the victim of me, about me playing this. But again, the things that come out of his mouth, I'm not feeling bad. Most times.
I enjoy doing it. Like that stuff I just posted about Ashley calling her out on her fucking fake shit. I was like, yes. Like, you know, I know that Ashley's full of shit, because when that whole fucking shit with Jax happened almost 2 years ago was when me and Ashley first started talking, and Ashley not once ever said anything about racist or nothing. And we all know Ashley. And Ashley is trying to cash in on what's going on in this country right now, which is fucking horrible. And, you know, she had every fucking opportunity to call fucking Jax a racist back fucking then. And she didn't, because she didn't feel like that. Obviously, Jay didn't. You know, when, you know, Jax said Jay had a big nose, when Jax had his nose. Jax and Jay are hard to say back and forth. When Jax had his nose job, he made fun of his nose. Like, you know, it wasn't racist then, but now, with the climate of the fucking times, now all of a sudden, Ashley has to throw her fucking hat in the fucking ring and say, oh my god, look, Jax needs to be fired because he's racist. Well, bitch, why didn't you say that fucking 2 years ago?
Because she's a fake
And listen,
spy.
Jax is no fucking angel. Like, you know, we love Bravo, so, like, it's not like we don't know anything about Bravo and Pump Rules and fucking everything else.
Why is he talking about this crap?
And probably, like, 80% of the time it isn't.
90.
And like, if the day ever comes when I could say, well, I'm laughing all the way to the fucking bank, you know, but like, I'm not. And there's shit. So,
We are.
and like, you know, so I appreciate you guys who have stuck with me. And I mean, I must have blocked like 100 fucking people, 200 people, and then other people left. So, you know what, they can't deal with, you know, me sharing our own personal shit that's happening to us as a result of this fucking show. And, you know, you can only take so much. It's like the same fucking people that have been doing this to us for 4 fucking years now.
Okay. For any new people, for anybody that's wandered over from John's channel because you don't have anything to watch, when he's saying it's the same people, it's not the same people he's fighting with now. No, let's do it. No, it's all these people. It's the Sherelle and Perry. It's Jolene and Busy. It's a handful of the cast members. And it's literally, you could take him and move him forward 5 years, and he's saying the same thing, insert different names. I was listening to so many old videos from 2019, 2020, 2021, and he's literally saying the same things with different names all the time. Why are you people doing this to me? You've been doing this for years. And then he just moves on to new people and picks up the script. We all know this.
And yeah, listen, that, you know, I'm like the only person who uses their real fucking name and their fucking face. All these other bloggers, they don't, you know, it's just me. So like, and I know.
Maybe you should have looked into that, John. Maybe now you could have had a chance to rebrand or start over, but now your name is forever tainted because of this nonsense you've been doing for years.
Each person who's running each fucking hate account, I know it. I mean, that's why I've been posting all the fucking shit in the fucking stories, so you guys can see exactly who's doing what to who. So, with that being said,
Please.
a police report has been posted on Dominique's page, and I'm going to read it out loud to you guys. So, you can see that I'm not fucking hiding anything. And I guess it'll be like the last I discussed this fucking shit. Yes.
It won't. It won't. He still rails about Home Depot Jen every now and then. And that she tried to R Cody. And keep in mind, he's accused Perry of the same thing, YB of the same thing, of people trying to do that to his cat. I mean, just it's a common theme for some reason. They think everybody wants to R them. Trigger warning, by the way. There's going to be lots of trigger warnings. This whole living situation is chaotic at best. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of cussing. There's everything. So, you know, little ears, put some maybe AirPods in.
This is Joe Exotic. What's up?
Right.
So, while we were in fucking Indiana with this evil fucking horrible woman
That was the biggest mistake.
of our lives,
Yep.
she tried to get with me. She tried to alienate me from anyone I've ever talked to before. When I woke up and snapped out of it and called her out on it, I got treated very badly. So then she fucking pulled the same shit with Cody. And he wasn't as quick as me.
Maybe I should give a quick overview. I don't know if probably a lot of you were in one of my very first live or the second live where I read the whole letter, and it's at the end, and I'll read it if you guys want to. I'll definitely put it on screen. But essentially, they showed up to Jen's house, I believe, at the beginning of December 2019. They looked very rough in her opinion. By New Year's, they still had not gotten a job. So when they went out for New Year's, they went to a bar and Jen helped get them a job as bar backs or whatever at this bar. So they started working after a month. And what I want you guys to hear, if you're considering allowing these men into your home, there is no thankfulness that somebody gave them a roof over their head. There's never enough that you're going to be able to do for them when they're staying with you. Just the entitlement I hear throughout is astounding in and of itself. It's just, you'll hear it. Trust me, you'll hear it. If I'd stop interrupting.
To snap out of it, but he got there.
I still have to pause, even though this is an old video. I know John has used it to strike me on the clip. So I think I was the one that actually stuck a clip from here. So I have to make sure I commentate and interrupt because he will strike. I've edited though, so fair use. I will fight back.
So, let's just read this fucking police report that was made about, a false police report that was made about me in the hopes to get me arrested for something I didn't do. Because Jen and, because Jen was in the middle of a full-blown CPS report and she couldn't take it. So.
That's John's number one go-to move, by the way, is call CPS. And he had his friend Monica call and make a CPS report and make all these accusations. And I'll go into it. I don't want to give too much if you haven't. Most of you have probably heard this before, obviously. But it's just, that's what he does. And for him to act like he cared about the kids so much, no, he didn't make these reports until he had moved out. And it was revenge when Cody wouldn't come home with him. So, John, if you really cared, you would have called in. If you really thought there was an issue, you should have called in the first week you were there, but you didn't. Okay.
Here we go. Can you hold this so I can read
Grab some
this?
popcorn.
Here we go. Now this report was it? Okay. This report was reported on February 17th, 2020. I mean, this report makes them look bad. I don't even know why they would post it. They think they're getting me, but it just makes them look bad. Okay, this report...
Well, show them the thing, because, like, when they posted it, they blocked out shit because they knew that they were like being fucking stupid about it. So
They blocked out her kids' names and other stuff that was not anyone's business.
if you have nothing to hide, why are you blocking shit out? So, anyway, besides the point.
So, never thought I'd be reading a live police report made against me, but here we go. This report of a battery has originated from an investigation into child abuse neglect at 24 Aspen Road, Ogden Dunes. Oh, I'm sorry, I read past the black part that wasn't blocked out.
Oh, well.
I thought I edited that out, but I don't believe they live there anymore anyway.
You want to post it? We'll read it.
So the very first sentence of this police report is saying this is a report originated from a child abuse neglect case.
Again, let me try to back up a little bit. For those of you that don't remember, when John went back, okay, so they broke up. They had a fight one night at the end of January, I think around January 24th, and John and Cody get into a fight, which you're going to hear all about. And he was kicked out, asked to leave, whatever. He drove all the way over to Beth from 90 Day Fiance, Danielle's friend, Beth, I think in Indiana as well, 6 hours away from where they live. And like a week or two later, he comes back to get his stuff unannounced, and then he leaves. And of course, there's lives going on this whole time, like the interview and everything that he did with 100% true shit. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get it. And anyway, when he left after that time, a friend, her name is Monica something. If you see it, you see it. But she called CPS and made a very detailed report and all these accusations. So when they came out to investigate the CPS, they had talked about the domestic violence accusations that were there. And Jennifer goes on to explain why they didn't go to the police the night it happened. There was a reason. The first reason was they were the new people in the neighborhood. And it was like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. after all this nonsense. And there was two other, they were worried about blowback, which obviously happened. I mean, with John Yates, you really got to be concerned about that. He will tear your life up. And there's another reason. It goes up on the screen here later on. And so that's how this whole other report was taken. At the time they were checking and investigating the CPS accusations, they also took this report. They're going to make a big deal that it wasn't signed because Cody never went and signed it. So, the 1 minute they're kind of saying it's completely fake, but then another minute Cody is totally acknowledging that he said these things. So, take it for what it's worth. I'm going to try to make it bigger, take myself off screen or put me in the corner. I'm going to take these off, but you'll hear it. He's reading it.
So that's your first fucking strike in the first few fucking sentences. Sentence.
Come on, John. Get your shit together.
While investigating the child abuse complaint on February 17, 2020, Detective Teeling and I were informed of a domestic battery that occurred at 24 Aspen Road with a child present in the home on or about January 25th, 2020, with an estimated time of occurrence at 5:30 a.m., which is also bullshit. This report will cover the domestic battery that was reported. Greg Yates, his real name's Greg. Greg Yates Jr. Now, here's the fucked up part because, Greg Yates Jr. advised that he and his husband, John Michael Yates, were returning from work at a bar in Lake County. His husband became upset and was doing approximately 90 miles per hour on the interstate in a Mustang while weather conditions were poor. Okay, let's just start there. I drive a rear-wheel drive Mustang, and it was fucking blizzarding. We were right on fucking Lake Michigan. There's no fucking possible way I could fucking drive 90 miles an hour.
I don't know why he's telling us this. He should be telling Cody this. Obviously, this is something that Jen wasn't privy to. She wasn't in the car with them. It was obviously Cody that made these accusations. And he's trying to convince all of us that it's wrong. You should be looking at your husband. So to me, this rings true. This absolutely would ring true. Because that's what Cody said, at least from Cody's perspective at that time in the middle of the night.
In my fucking Mustang, none.
Okay.
0.0. There was blizzard, there was ice, there was everything. Greg advised that he told his husband that he was being a bad husband because of the way he was driving, and Greg stated that he did not want to die due to how he was driving. Greg advised that John slammed the car in the park and got out and started walking near the entrance to Ogden Dunes. Greg said that he switched cars because it was easier to drive his front-wheel drive car due to the weather. We were already back at the fucking house. Greg was unable to locate John and went back to the house, and John had apparently walked back to the house and started screaming at Greg in the inside of the house. Me and Cody were fighting that night. But we were fighting over the fact that I couldn't fucking take living there anymore, and I wanted to fucking leave.
And that's absolutely true.
I fucking wanted to leave. I didn't want to go back to that fucking house. I was getting treated fucking horribly, and like it was real fucking bad. And I said I can't fucking take living there anymore. And Cody was saying, well, we have nowhere to go, blah blah blah. I can't.
It's really interesting at the end of this when we'll read Jennifer's version of events and how it went. The reason he can't take it anymore and he's being treated so badly is because she wasn't all up on every single thing that was happening on social media, according to her, that he would get mad if she didn't like, you know, if he sent her something to read or whatever, and she didn't react the way he wanted, he would get all pissed off. So all this is just over. I don't think necessarily they were treating him bad. They weren't giving him all the accolades and all the attention and everything else he thought he deserved. We all know, we see it online. That's it. You either have to be a friend and be available 24/7 to him or not at all.
Do this anymore. Like it was that fucking house was fucking hell on earth. And like as soon as we left work, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back there.
He did. I know. Yes, he did. He sure did. And I even said I don't either, but we had no other fucking choice. Like, what were we gonna do?
Jen made my life so fucking bad there that like I had like she would.
It was fucking horrible. And as you guys saw, like our fucking lives, and we talked about everything. We never fucking shunned out anything. Never lied about nothing. Like whatever. And we. You guys heard my story. You've heard his. I mean, so you know. So I mean.
And also, I wasn't drunk because after...
I know, Johnny. I think it's interesting, too, because Cody's just saying, you know, basically, we've been talking about this nonstop. They did it, like, for a full year. They were just... It was the whole HDJ drama. She was the Maria of 2019, 2020. Mostly 2020. Ended probably 2021. And this was posted on a channel with very few followers. He is the one that brings so many eyes to it as usual. He punches way, way down. He says it was posted on Dom. I assume he means Dom Natty, if anybody remembers, but I found these on Home Depot Jen's page from way back. And they were, pieces of it were sent to me. So yeah, again, this would not have been nearly as big, but John makes everything into a big deal.
I left the house that night on my own. Did I not leave the house on my own?
You did, yes.
And I drove 6 hours to fucking Beth's house because she was the only friend I knew in the fucking area that I can get away from because I needed to get away from that fucking house. I left with the fucking clothes on my back, and that was that. I didn't even bring anything with me, but like when you're in a volatile situation, the best thing is to do.
And you know what's crazy is also, even though that like we fight, like we still talk and like whatever, I couldn't even text him or call him because my phone mysteriously came up missing.
So this is where I edited. I found this video. They're basically saying that Jen stole the phone. But here is a video from Jen's phone when John came back that week later to get his things. The phone went missing. You can hear her and Cody looking for it. Cody is not saying, Jen, you took my phone. She was recording probably for a number of reasons because John always changes things. And I would absolutely, if I had John in my house, by the way, if you're going to do that, keep cameras rolling 24/7. But they're looking for the phone. But again, this is what they do. They switch it after the fact. They have a whole narrative. And I happen to find this video. It's mostly audio. It's kind of hard to hear. There's a lot of just, you hear John in the background and then she talks to Cody. They're trying to figure out if the ringer was off, blah, blah, blah. So it was surmised that John actually took the phone.
Yes. Can you bring this to the
It was on earlier, right?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was on vibrate.
Oh, well, it's off now.
It's completely off?
Yes. It was charged, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it magically turned off then.
It's okay. I don't need it. I can just get another one.
You will. Did you expect any less? I don't know what the hell I did with my coffee when I walked out of there.
Hey, John is ransacking the place to get his things, Stacy, it sounds like. And you'll hear Jennifer start talking about laundry, trying to act like she's not recording. But it's so funny. I swear, I think of Cody as like a cartoon bear that will follow a casserole, you know. Like he'll follow Jen. Oh, you got volume and pot. Okay. And then back to John. Oh, you got this and that, you know. And he'll go with whatever story. Now it's Jen stole his phone, but then it was Jen stole his phone, and then John stole his phone. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of funny.
Anyway, if you want, Cody, I'll take your laundry with me.
What's that, Jen?
I'll take, if you want, I mean, I got a lot of laundry to do, but like, I'll take your laundry or some of your laundry if you need to do it.
I gotta go through it again.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to give me some, I'll throw it in there.
Sorry. I know it's bad quality.
But John didn't take it. I had the phone on me. But then when I changed and went to the bathroom after he left on his own, and then I went back into my room, I couldn't find my phone.
Well, no,
I couldn't find fucking shit. So I couldn't even
How about
contact
how
my fucking
she
husband.
grabbed your phone and blocked me from your phone and changed your phone?
Oh, well, we'll get to... If you want, I'll address that now.
No, address that now because that's
I gave
good.
my phone to Jen because I said, listen, I said, everybody has, like... You know how you can change out, like, the background screen from, like, white to...
By the way, since John was making such a big deal, and again, I'm not trying to act like I'm defending Sophie or her family, but he likes to sit there and point out other people that have meth eyes. Pay attention to John's eyes this entire live. He'll have the camera solely on him shortly. You really, again, should not be making fun of anyone, John.
Black, and then you can also see it better. Well, with me getting older, like, yeah, my eyes are starting to go. Like, I know that. And, like, John knows that. Like, I can't really see at night. Like, it's bad. So I'm like, you know what? Put the black screen on there because everything stands out better and I can see it better. So she's like, oh, I know how to do it. And with her husband being the IT guy, like, and knows all this fucking electronic shit, okay, here you go. So she didn't even fucking change the back thing. Not at all. I still had the fucking white screen in the background. She blocked my fucking husband. She went in there in my settings and blocked everything because I tried texting him when I got my phone back and she was like, oh, here it is. Meanwhile, it's in the kitchen on a counter. I never was in the fucking kitchen. So, whatever. So I knew that she fucking took it. And it was not changed.
And since she knew all my friends and she blocked
all
Julie.
All of my friends.
Julie got blocked, didn't you, Julie?
Yep, Julie was blocked. Everybody was fucking blocked.
Because she didn't want to have... She alienated Cody.
And she knew
just
that
like she
I
tried
did not
to alienate me.
And she knew that I didn't know anything about these fucking phones. I don't know how to do any of that shit. Like, I don't fucking know. If you do something on my... Even if John does something on my phone right now and something pops up wrong, I'll be like, how the fuck did this happen? I don't fucking know.
And not only did she block Julie and me, she told Cody that Julie was the one that blocked him.
Uh-huh.
And wanted nothing to fucking do with him.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a sick fucking
she sure
bitch.
did. Yep.
Lafferty. I'm sorry, there's another Julie in the room.
Right.
All right, so going back to this.
Even in 2019 or 2020, John's doxing his bottom bitch. Gives out her full legal name. I don't know when she gave out her name or if it was well known back then.
All right, so
And I didn't even know that she even blocked John or like anybody until actually when John came back to the house. What was it, like a week later or 2 weeks
I had
later?
to because I couldn't
know,
call
but I'm
you.
saying, when was it?
I left on Saturday.
like a week
I came
and a
back
half or
with Beth's
something?
daughter on Thursday. No, it was like 6 days.
Okay, so like a week later. So and then he goes,
I had no clothes,
he goes,
nothing.
How come you blocked me? I said, I don't know. And what did I do? I showed you. I said, I tried texting you. I said, but this keeps popping up.
I seem to remember when this happened after they separated, there was like a list of people to block. And I think they thought they were and somehow I saw this list, or it was going around of people like, Cody versus John. Who would have Cody's side versus John? I'm sure I don't know if I'm sure, but I do believe that Jennifer thought she was helping Cody. Like I said, I remember seeing this list or hearing about it or something. I don't know, Heidi, if you remember way back about this list. I remember it had a relation to do with 100% true shit. And I remember there was a live talking about the list. In fact, I think it comes up in John's interview he does with her. But again, they're a victim, and whatever it is, doesn't matter. They're the victim.
And I took pictures of it. I took screenshots, and I showed him. He goes, well, I was blocked. I said, I never fucking blocked you. I still don't even know how to block fucking people on the goddamn phone. I don't fucking know. And he's like, well, what happened? And I told him, and he goes, that fucking bitch did it. She did it, and she had to have, because I don't know how to do anything on these goddamn phones. Not one damn thing.
She made sure that Cody had nobody else to reach out to but her. Just like she did with me. Block this person, block that person, block this person there. No good. When it came to, like, she told me to block my best friend, who was my maid of honor at my wedding, who I've known since ninth fucking grade. She goes, well, she's an enemy. I go, what the fuck is going on
Meanwhile,
here?
she only went to John with it. She didn't even say anything to me about it. I didn't even know about this until John brought it up to me. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And she's like, and John goes, so she never said anything to you about Reagan? I said, no, not at all. She was fucking playing both sides. And like, she was,
But once I said, what the fuck is going on here? And I started talking to whoever, and then I started re-talking to other people she told me to block. And she knew that. And it was driving her crazy because they were all showing me what she...
Again, I have to pause every now and then, but I want you to keep in mind too, how they puff each other up here and really just start building on stories. And again, maybe they're perfect for each other because they do this. But this is how stories take on a life of its own with John Yates and Cody. They're so intent on trying to get you to believe it. They'll both start adding on details and throw new people in it. And
was saying. And like, then like I couldn't even stand being in the fucking house with her. And because we were working late at night at a bar that closed like late, I would sleep the whole fucking day so I could avoid her and not have to say a fucking word to her. That way I can get in my car and go to work.
That's true, because I would wake up before
I couldn't even look at her in the fucking face.
I would wake up before John and just watch TV in our room, not even go upstairs. I would just run across the hall. Like I said before, the bathroom was right across the hall. So I just ran across the hall, pissed, took a shit, ran back into the room, boom, and stayed in.
That's funny, Cody, because you stayed there for how many weeks after that fight you had? You guys just...
there with them the whole time. So, I have to pee, I'm sorry.
All right, so let me try to... I can't read this because I need someone to have the eye on comments. But yeah, she blocked my number. Oh, and then she also...
I'll just hold it.
No, go pee.
No, it's fine.
Pee. Go,
Sorry.
And I have... She has... all she does is say on the fucking phone all fucking day, convincing herself that, like... you guys just don't fucking know. It was really fucking bad. This woman that we were staying with, who's now trying to, she's. I'm reading a fake police report that she had and she even turned Cody against me. She
sure did.
She made Cody. She coerced Cody to make up these fucking straight lies about me because she was being investigated by the CPS, and this was a month later.
Because of you, John. Don't just because you got your friend to call in. And in fact, the CPS or the officer asked, well, how do you know all these accusations? Oh, well, I visited John Yates while he was living there. And Jennifer, HDJ, I'm going to call her Home Depot Jen, as everybody knows her, categorically denies that anybody visited these two. So again, John just likes to throw that out there like it was all done by somebody else. It just...
this report was posted. Almost a month fucking later after I left the house. If this was such a traumatic...
I really should title this Brooklyn. Before you bring them to one of your homes or whatever you do, it won't be enough.
Fucking event. Why the fuck did you not call the cops right away? Or the next day? Or 2 days later? No, she waited until a month once CPS was investigating her fucking house to make this fucking bogus fucking claim against me, using my own husband against me, because she had tried to sexually advance on him, and he said no, so Cody was afraid that he was going to be kicked out of the fucking house if he didn't comply with her.
Does anybody really believe that this woman is hitting on a gay man in her house? I mean, if it wasn't for all the other times I've heard him accuse people of it that he's never even seen in person, like Perry and YB and Ricky. Well, I think he saw Ricky. There's a little something weird there, I'll tell you. Paul, there might be actually something weird there too, but it's so disgusting to use that.
And listen, it's fucking hard for me to read stuff that Cody is telling the cops about me, which isn't true, but like at the same time, he was in a fucking rock and a hard place. So
all that matters. I don't care about anybody else. Like whatever, John understands and like he realizes and he agreed and like whatever. So,
all right, so
that's why I'm telling my fucking truth, and I've been telling my fucking truth ever since I left from that house. Right or wrong, John?
Yeah, and
So it wasn't true what you told the police or told Home Depot Jen about all the stuff going on. That wasn't true, but this is true now. Got it.
Hey, John, that first night that we met up and then we did that fucking live, was I or was I not fucking saying all kinds of the same shit that I've been saying all the fucking long?
And I was never charged with anything. Nothing. I've never been charged with anything in my fucking life. I'm probably the only fucking person who hasn't been in fucking jail from this goddamn show or who talks about it, but yeah, so like now they're saying I was arrested. Like this is fucking insanity.
I didn't say you were arrested. I don't think. I think it was the police report was made, but it wasn't signed and it went no further.
It's like that if I was arrested for something, my mugshot and fucking arrest report would be all over the goddamn internet.
But the funny thing is that it hasn't. So clearly that was a fucking lie there, because if she's getting like all these wrong documentations and shit like that, well, why can't she find your mugshot and shit like that? So another lie there, little fucking bitch.
So continuing, I'm just gonna keep reading. Greg advised that John was screaming at Greg. Greg advised that as John was screaming at him, John started to bitch slap him 4 or 5 times upstairs near the entrance to the living room by a stairwell. I started to bitch slap Cody.
No.
Again, so the cop just made this up. The cop and Jennifer were conspiring to come up with these terms in a certain part of the house.
Oh my god.
I'm bigger than he is. I can take him down.
Cody is like twice the fucking size of me.
No.
Greg said that John just went crazy like he was possessed, that John pushed Greg down. The physical disturbance and screaming, can you hold this? Then woke up another resident of the house, Jennifer.
She wasn't even sleeping. She was on her fucking Instagram already posting.
Who came into the living room. First of all, me and Cody were talking in our bedroom. It's another fucking lie.
We were just minding our own business, and Jennifer came in and dragged us out and then pushed Cody down the stairs.
And when she heard me talking shit about her in her own house, she couldn't fucking take it.
She barged in the fucking room.
She couldn't fucking take it. I was saying, like, I hate this fucking house. This was like around like 3 o'clock in the fucking morning.
And she started fucking, actually it was 4, but she started fucking
No, because I had to text it when I texted Beth that I was coming to her house. It wasn't that late.
Oh, well, whatever.
You imagine you have like an 8-year-old or however her kid is. You have 2 grown men coming in at 3 in the morning, probably a little bit under they're under the influence, and they're screaming. Of course, a mother's going to get up and try to say, hey, stop it. I have a kid here. They don't care about any of that. They're like, John's going to sit. I got to run out and give watermelon to the chickens real quick. I got their bag ready to go. John sitting there saying how he called for Tim like Cody says, John called for Tim like 900 times. You were in somebody's house in the middle of the night fighting and demanding that Tim get out of bed, who has to actually work the next day. You'll hear it. Okay, I'll be back. Let me know what I missed.
Ever.
I mean, it's an hour, but whatever. I remember this like it was fucking like 5 minutes ago. She couldn't fucking stand that I was how dare you put me down in my own house? So I'm like, oh, you are fucking psychotic. So let me go back. Who came into the living room? We were never in the living room. We were in our bedroom with the door closed, and Jen couldn't help herself but listen because she was on the other side of the wall on her phone.
And that's true.
Greg then said that when Jennifer came into the living room saying they needed to stop and this was her house, John then started screaming and yelling at her while still hitting him. At this point, Jennifer went to go get her husband. That's bullshit. I was the one that fucking demanded.
John yelled for fucking Tim.
I was screaming
like 900
Tim was
fucking
always
times.
the level fucking headed one in the house, and you know I would see how she treated Tim, and like I would always apologize because she had no fucking resolve. No, she didn't think twice about screaming at him, spitting on his face, pushing him.
She spit on him so many fucking times, and that's so fucking degrading.
On our second day of living there. And like I would always say to Tim's side, I'm like, you're treating your husband like shit.
And she didn't like
she
that.
treated her first husband like shit, and that's why he left her.
And there's reports about that. Yes.
So I was begging her to please wake up her fucking husband. This was no fucking cage match or shootout at the fucking OK Corral. This was a fight that me and him were having in our fucking bedroom that Jen involved herself in. And when I started calling Jen out on the horrible way she was treating me, she fucking lost. And I said, you know what? Get your fucking husband right fucking now.
Can you imagine you open your home to these guys and then he's talking like this to you? I don't know why you people think you're going to be special and it's not going to happen.
And I was begging, please get your fucking husband. Now,
at least like 20 times.
Her kid was in the next room over, slept through the whole goddamn thing, okay? This big shootout that we were having. Her husband, in the room right next to that room, slept through the whole goddamn thing. This was like the first floor of a ranch house where all the bedrooms were next to each other in a fucking long hallway. Nobody heard it.
You guys were screaming just telling this story. Cody screams from the freaking bathroom. I don't believe that for a minute that nobody woke up. Maybe Tim is my husband's a deep sleeper. Maybe Tim, I don't believe the kid probably slept through that. You guys literally are yelling right now.
But Jen, because she was awake, standing on the other side of the fucking door. If Jen was in bed sleeping, she wouldn't have heard it either. Me and him were having a conversation. Oh my God, I can't. I fucking can't.
So you and Cody had a fight, or I'm sorry, a conversation, and you left that night, and he didn't go with you. That doesn't even make sense. If you're having a conversation and it wasn't that bad, then Cody would have gotten in the car and gone with you, right?
Like, this is so fucking much, man.
Is it?
And granted, that's why she waited almost 4 weeks to fucking come up with this fucking shit. 4 weeks later, this police report came to light. Not when this fucking, because nothing happened that night.
I imagine too, Cody asked her not to, call the police as well. But hell, you came for her kid. What did you expect? I absolutely would be telling everything that happened. No, whether it happened like that, her and Cody conspired on this story, I don't know. But it seems like it's consistent from the way that, well, John's not consistent with the way he's telling it.
Greg then was pushed into a... Wait. John was trying to push Greg over the railing and kept from falling down the stairwell. Yeah, we did push each other. That's true. I will say that's true.
We're men, of course.
We did push each other.
Wait, we're not loud, but we're like, hey, I got to talk to you. I mean, and you're pushing each other, but she didn't wake. Oh, my Lord.
Like, I was trying to fucking push him out of the way because he was in front of the fucking door and I wanted to go. He pushed me fucking back. He got a little bruise on his back from it. And then Jen took that fucking bruise, which was like the size of a fucking quarter, and
it was the size of a dime.
And photo fucking shopped it to the size where it makes it look like his whole fucking back was fucking...
I'm going to be showing those in a few minutes on top. It's an overlay. You guys give me your opinion.
I mean, you just don't fucking know. You don't fucking know.
And if you look at the pictures, like, you could tell it's Photoshop because, like, there's discoloration and stuff like that. And
yeah, when you get a bruise, it takes a while for it to come all the way in. And then as it heals, it takes a while and it goes in different colors. I had a neighbor's dog attack me. I think I've mentioned it, but the bruise took like 2 or 3 full days to come in and a good couple weeks to go out.
And also, I'm not that fat. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't have like huge love handles like that.
Okay, sorry. I'm like, well, I remember looking at Cody and he's saying this is literally like right after. Whoops, sorry. Where did I go? Oh, did I lose my place? I should have woke at the time. Anyway, there's Cody. And I mean, his belly's hanging out. Cody, you're not as svelte as you think you are. But actually, I have to admit, the picture actually looks a lot thinner than that, but it is from the back.
What song did
You could tell it was stretched out and like modified. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to like make myself be like, oh, you're skinny and no, but
Okay. So this, you could tell they're like over time. So Cody, thank you for taking your shirt off, I guess, and posing in multiple places in the house so she could take these pictures to add a picture on top or a Photoshop on top. Is that what you're saying? Because that doesn't make any sense either. The last two have the same background, but they're obviously taking pictures as it's healing.
I don't have like huge love handles like fucking that. Like, I don't.
All right, so grilling, and he was worried.
John knows my body, and he knows.
Yeah, they're all in different places. So Cody, you're telling me she photoshopped this, but asked you to stay in different places. She's that good. Or took a picture of your torso and moved it in front of all this furniture and stuff. Okay.
Timothy then...
That is some serious... I talked about it on my first live, but I didn't show it. I had said if you wanted to see it, it was in another clip. That is some serious pushing, right? Pushing, it looks like onto probably the railing, something. And then there's a smaller bruise, not as defined as this one up top. You're lucky, Cody. Actually, there was no internal damage. That is a serious freaking bruise. Yes. Well, that's weird. They obviously didn't show this to the police. I mean, it is a month later, so it's probably the cop does acknowledge that there was some bruising on his face and neck. So they didn't mention this to the police. They said they were going to send him to. Obviously, again, it was a month. It was probably mostly gone, and she says in the report that she will send the pictures to him. So. But apparently he still had bruises there.
Timothy then came into the living room and got into the middle of the two. He never did that.
No, he just came out and he just came out and talked.
He sat down because he was in a dead fucking sleep. And the first thing he said was, "Hold on, let me wake up and hear what you guys are saying." There was no separate. I was the one that begged fucking Tim to come out because I knew that Tim would stop his fucking crazy wife.
The entitlement to come into your house and demand that someone else get up out of bed that is paying the bills there. There's nothing, you don't see any, I'm sorry. I know I'm preaching here and I know you guys are all thinking it too. There is no like, look guys, I'm sorry I woke you with my husband and I fighting. I'm sorry we were loud. None of that. They act like this is totally normal. This is what people do. Again, Brooklyn, I am sort of playing this for you because you're the one that I think, or the other ones, Wicked and maybe a couple others, that would actually open up your home to him. You need to know the truth.
You know, I was the one.
Yep. We're going to get into that too.
Timothy then came into the living room and got into the middle of the two while John continued to scream at Greg. Jennifer came and got him. Greg said that he was afraid for his life and that they had gotten into physical fights before because they are both guys, but it was never to this point where he thought he would have regretted pushing him over the railing like that fight, and then he was never done anything like trying to throw him over
That's not even worded
a
right.
railing. Like, Jesus.
That's not even proper.
Hi, right on
Well, maybe that's how you talk, Cody.
sentences like...
That's not even proper English and everything.
And don't forget, maybe I will cover the interview next that John did during their breakup, but he accused Cody of all kinds of things. Cody's on drugs. That's why he's staying with Jen. Cody can't read or write. Cody, I mean, he threw Cody under the bus.
I don't
That's
even know
already
if this is
fucking
like
stupid
a
there.
legit police report because like me and him have never seen this. And all of a sudden this comes out of thin air fucking like 4 months? January. It's June. 5.
Yeah, 5 months.
By
This just all of a sudden just popped up. Yeah.
Greg advised me that he had scars from instances of other domestic battery as a result of him and his husband.
Okay, sorry to interrupt again, but so they picked up, Cody went back to him in February, and it wasn't like this was just a quiet matter until June. This was knockdown, drag out. John accused her and Tim. He posted Tim's work info, posted the college he worked at, posted Jen's work info, anything he had. I mean, it was knockdown, drag out. For any of you that you will remember, it was Home Depot Jen for like a straight freaking year. The same way he goes on about Maria.
And said he had 14 staples because of a wine glass that was broken over his head years ago. Oh,
yeah.
I'm a real fuck.
I'm sorry. I probably talked over that. There's other injuries that Cody has sustained where he had hold on. Okay, good. I don't want to 14 staples because a wine glass was broken over his head years ago, and also showed us a large scar on his chest from John throwing a glass at him. Cody advised that these happened, and then it goes on to the next page. So, I mean, we've seen during their own live when they had a big couple fights, actually, the whole coming through the window incident, and then John comes back with the cut on his forehead, saying that Cody just beat the F out of me. Sounds romantic, John. I don't mean to make light of it, but they won't acknowledge it, so I'm not going to be more upset than Cody is.
And said he had 14 staples because of a wine glass that was broken over his head years ago. Oh.
He doesn't deny this, really, I don't think. Let me see.
I'm real fucking gangsta, I guess, because that never fucking happened. I guess I broke a fucking wine glass over Cody's head.
So why aren't you calling Cody a liar then? Again, you think the cop looked at scars and then just attributed it, oh, well, that looks like a wine glass. I mean, come on. That Cody had to have told him that.
Jesus fucking Christ, I can't. And also showed us a huge scar on his chest from John throwing glass at him.
Oh, Den of the Dark. You have nothing to watch. Did John delete everything? Why rehash what your problem is? Stop watching him. You know what? If it was behavior that had nothing to do with the way he's behaving this last week, then I would. When he threatens to kill you, Den of the Dark, within the last month, then come talk to me, okay? Till then, I don't want to freaking hear it. He's never given anybody else grace. Stop acting like he's 45 freaking years old. He's not a child. He's not a teenager. He's a grown-ass adult, and none of you guys hold him accountable. None of you. You're just as guilty, in my opinion.
Oh my God, the scar that you got. Greg advised that these happened years ago, and this is the only instance of battery.
Yeah, and if you're considering taking him in, Den of the Dark, or one of the other people you call a friend in that group, you should know this is how they repay it. Seriously. And the fact, while we're at it, Den of the Dark, we'll hear him. I'll play other lives only because to hear how we're the evil spawn of the world. Yet again, he still behaves the same way 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago with all these different people. And you guys sit there and feel, sorry for him, but he does this with so many people. Why don't you see that? He's not a victim.
Has ever happened in the state of Indiana.
Yep. You brought it back up.
And I'm not even going to mention my arm, but it's just fucked up. Part 2. Greg advised that John had been in the nut house twice. Oh my god, this keeps getting better and better. Greg advised that John had been in the nut house twice, once in New York and once in Florida. I was in the nut house once. I've been very vocal about how I slit my wrist 12 years ago, right before I met Cody. But that was it.
Talk to Cody. He's going to say
God
it.
fucking mighty. Sorry, that one just hurt me a little bit.
He seems to make a big deal about, again, this is a guy, he says he's an open book. This is his content too, Den. So I suggest he stop making this crap content, but he's still doing it to this day also. But anyway, so this apparently happened in Florida when his first attempt, and that's where he met Cody right after. I think we're going to hear about. And then it's interesting that he does seem to take Cody away from Florida and his family, apparently rather quickly. And they moved up to New Jersey, I guess. There's a little chunk of time missing there, but I'm curious if that's the right timeline. Again, this wouldn't be content if they didn't make it content.
Just for a second.
Yep. Where he is, lying that didn't happen.
Listen, a lot of this and like just rearranged and shit like that.
I don't know how he can get worse with the death threats that he just did. And then you guys all sit there and act like they're, oh, well, they were manufactured. It's inadmissible. How much worse can he get? Literally. I would say before that, how much worse could he get? But that surprised me. So, yeah, you guys let him get away with this stuff.
As I
Now I'm agitated.
said before, I was asked to leave the room like when he was talking with Jen. And that's bad parenting right there. But
They accidentally apparently ended the live and it starts over again. And of course, he has to wait for the room to load. And I try to zip through that.
Everybody was saying, are we good now? Am I paused? It was on the Wi-Fi. That's shitty. That's why it was pausing.
jeez.
I don't think it should be paused now. I'm gonna let the room reload because I really don't want to have to explain this again. I know I switched to the Wi-Fi. Where was I when on the last live that it stopped? What was I saying? That way I know where to go, where I could jump back into. What was the last thing I said that everybody heard?
There's only one reason he's going over this, and that is for sympathy. Him and Cody, again, are victims. They didn't just leave a trail of destruction in their path. None of that. Nope. So he makes it content. This is his content.
Oh, goddamn. Okay.
What?
Just like when you got up and walked away.
Look.
All right, so let me just wait a few more seconds because I really don't want to have to explain this again. I'll rehash it. And I still have more to read off that fucking ridiculous fucking report, but alright, good enough. I'll settle for 60. So, I was saying that I was reading out the report that like I had been in the nut house not once but twice, and that's not the case. I was never in the fucking nut house. What I did in 2008 was I slit my fucking wrist because I wanted to fucking die. And I wanted to follow suit like my mom. I thought it would have been poetic.
This is something else that he covers ad nauseum. And then now he's got 2-3 more attempts since then to include that he trots out for sympathy.
And I was unhappy with my fucking life. And it's funny now, I think of my life back then, I'm like, God, you had it really good compared to like the shit that's being done to you now. But I went to school for like 7 fucking years to be a teacher, and I fucking hated it. I always wanted to be a teacher my whole goddamn life since 4th fucking grade. And when it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, I felt lost. That being said, my grandmother had just died, who was my best friend and raised me because my mom obviously killed herself.
He literally tells the story the exact same way 5 years later, 4 years later. He literally said this last week about why that first attempt becomes this, and it's almost word for word. I bet if he had his channel up and then delete these nasty lies in the middle of the night.
So when my mom killed herself when I was 9, my grandmother took me, and she had just died from cancer. So that was the second reason. And the third reason was because I was in a relationship that was just for 10 years, and it was just not great. So those 3 things combined made me want to kill myself. And I did a real fucking number on myself. I cut my wrist all the way, like, and I don't think you could see it because they healed, but I cut my wrist all the way down to my arm, and I was in the hospital for a fucking month. Not like the psych hospital, just like the regular hospital, because I couldn't.
I want you guys to remember and think to Cody in the car reading the script. What was he so sorry about?
Even like pick up like a fork and knife to cut food.
They're not going to keep you in the actual hospital, I don't think, for 6 months. I mean, usually, well, this is however long ago. Today, they'd probably put you out and say, go to physical therapy on your own, or some kind of rehab facility. You're not.
Like, I couldn't go to the bathroom. My arms were fucking dead. I had to go through physical therapy to reuse my arms again because I did a lot of damage to them. Because I didn't know how to slit your fucking wrists, and that's that.
There's no signature, no fucking date, no referred by.
So, yeah.
Well, as John, this is another freaking reason. As John played my DMs, and there was a portion in there about an assault with my daughter that I was dealing with. And you can make a report and then change your mind after and not sign it. And that's what I think Cody did. Obviously, he made the report, and then a week or so later, he's back with him. I'm not surprised that there's no. Cody, you admit 1 minute that have said this stuff or it's getting twisted, but then there's no signature, so it's all just bullshit. Can't have it both ways.
That's the only time.
No, nothing. Come
and
on.
I always said that.
Come on with it. Look, it's fucking there. There's nothing fucking signed, no nothing. No dated, no fucking stamp from nobody. And come on.
I always said that me doing,
it's fucking dumb. It's all fucking
committing,
it's all
slitting my wrist was the best thing I ever did, because, like, had I not done that, I wouldn't have moved to Florida, and then I wouldn't have met Cody. So, but I've been vocal about it. I've never not, and these people like that Marley saying, oh, I'm cutting my legs up, I'm a cutter. They're using this fucking instance.
Of course. Look at the whole thing, like, what we went through
and then
with
you
Jen.
fucking
Look
people
at what they're doing with that.
Don't expect me to fucking react when I'm doing this for free for you guys and fucking giving you stuff to talk about and reporting on this bullshit fucking chaos on this bullshit fucking show, and these people are fucking with my fucking life. But here, hold this so I can keep reading.
You're almost done with it. It's that paragraph.
No, okay. So Greg advised that John had been in the nut house twice, once in New York and once in Florida. He stated that John likes to drink but does not do drugs to his knowledge.
But meanwhile, it was all spread around that John was like doing like crazy fucking drugs.
That's a lie too, because Jen was pumping.
It wasn't. It's not that it was necessarily spread around. It was an observation.
The whole house full of pot, Xanax, and everything else. I mean, it's nice that it's said, but it's also not true. Greg also said that once when John was doing a live stream, what? Greg, Greg also said that once when John was doing a live stream that he put the iPad down to cover the camera and then started hitting himself, yelling, "Cody, stop hitting me."
I hit myself saying that you were hitting me? Okay.
No. Greg also...
This is the one I was talking about, that Cody's acting like, well, this doesn't ring a bell. Cody, the cop, did not just come up with that out of nowhere.
Said that once when John was doing a live stream that he put his iPad down to cover the camera, and
Greg was doing
I
a
put
live
the
stream?
iPad down and I started hitting myself saying, "Cody, stop hitting me." When the fuck did that fucking happen?
Just like a lot of that shit is fucking lies in there.
It sounds so believable to me too, but I have never seen the video, so I'll give that to John. I don't know if it actually happened, but I don't think the cop made it up. I think Cody said that. But I would love to see that old video.
Watching my lives for fucking ever.
Just like
Did
I
you
said,
guys ever
a lot
remember
of that
an
shit
instance
is not fucking
when
true.
I was doing a live and
I know he just started talking about the whole teaching thing again. It's funny because I had a similar experience, but I only got to interning, and I was in my very last semester of getting a teaching degree, and that was enough for me. I think I interned in first or kindergarten, and then fifth grade in middle school, and I was like, it's not what I want to do. So that's what I'm assuming happened with John. He did interning, and like, this isn't for me, because I just don't see him lasting even a semester.
I was saying, "Cody, please stop hitting me." Does anybody ever fucking remember that?
Not me.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
I think he doesn't deny it.
Cody said, well, he was just sitting on the couch watching TV and not anywhere near John.
That look was like, I can't believe you told the cops all this stuff. You traitor.
Oh my god, I really hope I could press charges against her for this report.
Well, I mean...
I want to press charges on her for all the things Cody said in this report. You think you're always getting people arrested for nonsense. It's not happening. You actually broke the law with those death threats.
We're talking to our...
And now she's posting this fucking fake shit and giving it to other people to fucking post.
Of course she is.
This is some fucked up fucking shit, man. Wow. You know that if that had, like someone just said, would have been on Reddit. You know that if that ever fucking happened, that would have been posted everywhere, just like these fake charges. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Of course, it's fakey.
You're gonna hear Cody again. He'll start to. He's now going to blame what was said. He wants to. Sorry, I laugh. Cody starts blaming it all on Jen, what comes out of his mouth. So John blames what comes out of his mouth on us, and Cody blames it on other people as well, what comes out of his mouth. I don't know how Cody is. He's probably like 32, 34 around this time, but a 40-year-old, and they're still blaming people, and he still does it today.
Fake. You'd be all over the fucking place, and everybody would know all this shit.
Detective Teeling asked Greg if he ever struck or hit John, and Greg replied, "I have, obviously," but then stated that it was in self-defense while he was being battered and said that he was not the aggressor.
But that's not true, because I've actually started fights with John, and John knows that. So that's already a lie there, again.
Brody, you're the one that lied. Stop it.
Detective Teeling asked Greg if he wanted to file a domestic battery report and pursue charges, and he said yes. Care to elaborate on that?
And, I don't mean to make light of this, actually. I think about my own experience with it, and people in DV situations, once they step back, although this report wasn't done until a month after. So Cody did have time to really think about it and still said all that stuff. But I know that a person will justify, rationalize all that stuff away, and that they really do love me. And well, like I said, they'll go back to the cops and say it never happened, basically calling themselves a liar. It's just sad.
Yeah, because I had fucking Jen, like, staring at me, fucking doing all kinds of fucking shit and, like, winking at me and fucking staring at me with big old fucking bug eyes because I didn't know what the fuck to do.
Detective Sealing and...
Listen.
Well, listen.
Fucking again. You did it again.
This is, this is easy for me to read in front of fucking people watching me read this as say against my husband. So I said, do you care to elaborate on that? You want to be fucking mad at it? Be fucking mad at it.
That I'm fucking sorry, but meanwhile, you already read this whole fucking report and everything else, and I didn't.
I actually,
about it
I kind of just skimmed through.
And now you're fucking treating me like I'm an asshole fucking again.
Am I treating him like an asshole?
I fucking talked to the goddamn fucking detective the next fucking day.
And I did. I put that in my story.
Fucking thing.
It's in my story. Everybody fucking heard it.
Here and treat me like I'm a fucking asshole and everything else, which we already fucking talked about it.
It still doesn't make it easy for me to fucking read.
Of course not. But there's only so much that I can fucking do.
Detective Teeling and I were advised that Jennifer took several photos of the injuries that Greg sustained and also took some photographs of the healing process of his injuries.
There was no fucking other pictures taken. That was a fucking lie there too.
Jennifer indicated that she will get these photographs to Detective Teeling.
Jennifer, and as you see, it says, "Oh, Jennifer."
Jennifer was present while we were speaking with Greg, and we had spoken with Timothy. And when we had spoken with Timothy earlier as part of the child abuse neglect investigation, who stated that he got in the middle of the two and John left the house during that incident on my fucking own.
That's the part. On my own.
The police were never called here.
Meanwhile, before it was she kicked you out.
Here's the best part. The police were never called or advised of this domestic battery incident because there was no domestic battery incident. The child of Jennifer and Timothy was in the house at the time of that domestic battery occurrence. So then why didn't you call? Why didn't you fucking call?
Because it's all fucking lies.
Because this is all fucking bullshit.
All right, so this is where I put up the part of the story that Jen wrote as to the reasons. It's really hard to read, so I'm going to read it. Her reasons why. I wanted to call the police then, but we didn't for a few reasons. One, it was now 5 a.m. and we were the new family in the neighborhood. Two, I knew there was a good chance Cody would go right back to him if he was hauled off in a squad car, and he later admitted as much. And three, retaliation. This man has nearly 50,000 followers on Instagram, 13 on Twitter, and I knew he'd retaliate with harassment. I really just had no idea then how bad it was going to get. He has been harassing and defaming me every day, and we'll look at the rest of this later. But that's why, John. And honestly, those are very valid reasons. People, after a night and the police are involved, tend to, if it's the first, second, or third, whatever, fifth, whoever knows. I don't really know enough about DV. I've seen it, though. They will take the person back the next day and let it all go. And you know it's going to happen.
Duh!
And it says, I affirm under the pains and penalties for perjury that the aforementioned information is true and correct. And where's the fucking signature?
Exactly. Because I never even fucking saw that.
Again, what are you saying, Cody? You didn't say any of this? Jen made you say it, or the cop made it all up? Which is it?
I never signed fucking nothing. I don't know what she did because I was never fucking around her. I don't know what she did. Like I said, I left the room for about 20 to maybe 25 minutes and then came back in. They were
in dangerous lies too. And that's what when you're accusing people of being, the way he's accusing, I'm just using Sophie because she's the latest example. And it should, be fresh in their minds that they were, friendly with Sophie. So maybe this will make more of an impact. But when John sits there and lies and accuses her husband of stealing from work, of being on drugs, and all these other horrific things, have real world consequences. Because, John, what he always does, we've seen him do it to Brooke. We've seen him do it to actually lots of people. I have so many screenshots of him reporting people's work or whatever. They have real consequences. It's not just a couple times. He has done it so many times. I started posting some screenshots from way back then of stuff he said he didn't do. But again, this is what you're getting into. He went after Tim's job by posting it and calling the college that he worked at, posting the info. And the same thing with Jen. And where, I don't know if she was actually working at the time. He made a CPS report. Dangerous. You are a dangerous man. Yeah, look at your own freaking eyes there, John.
Still talking to her. I have no fucking idea what she said. No nothing. They did not type up anything in front of me. I never signed fucking nothing. I called the fucking detective the next fucking day, told him the whole truth about every fucking goddamn thing, and he told me I knew that fucking person, whatever
I bleeped out her info. But listen.
her fucking name is.
Now,
Fucking coached you through it. I said, yes, she did. And he goes,
who believes that? I don't believe that for a minute. I don't think Cody took the honest to call the police department and say, that was all fake. I am so afraid of Jennifer that I said all that. Gave out personal details of our history together that nobody else would know. But I volunteered it because I was so scared.
I know she did. That's why he fucking did not take any charges towards nothing.
There are no charges.
No. Even dropped her fucking shit because he found out all her fucking shit that she was posting and lying about came from her fucking IP address.
And now,
from her own fucking house.
This bullshit's being posted about me, and dumb fucks who don't know anything, or nosy assholes are seeing this, and now I'm
your followers who believe it, yeah,
being defamed as a wife beater, as a fucking mental fucking case, as someone who fucking doesn't care for the well-being of fucking children, and this is being posted fucking everywhere, and this is fair to me, and then I can't fucking react when this shit's being said about me because y'all don't want to fucking hear about my own personal life when this fucking show is affecting me like this.
Again, these documents were on a channel with only the diehard Yates would actually go look for it, like myself. I think it had like 23 likes, if that. He brings attention to everything. He puts anything small, blows it up so he can react to it, and brings a lot more people to the table to look at it or whatever. He did the same thing with me. I'm this little account, but you rail and rail and rail about me. People are going to get interested and go, oh, okay, let me go look. That's one thing you've never learned over the years. Don't give this shit attention, but you do.
And people have to unfollow me. Oh, I'm not here for your drama. I'm here for what you... Well, fucking, you gotta take the good and the fucking bad, then don't...
John, that's why you are where you are. People know. They have enough drama in their own life. You either have people following you to watch the train wreck or just every now and then check in to see if you have anything good, I think. But no one is sticking around like, oh, this guy's got all the tea, and they have to sit there and weed through all the bullshit drama. Nobody wants to. We all have our own drama. We don't need yours.
You. Like shit. Like, listen, when I'm making fucking thousands of dollars off this fucking shit and I can laugh all the way to the bank, then yeah, I get it. But then that day's probably never gonna fucking come. So, like, when this shit's being said about me, when fake police reports are being fucking filed about me, oh yeah, Devin, it's up there. Phony fucking police reports. And I can't do anything about it. I have people saying that I'm in the fucking nut house and I'm a fucking crazy person who fucking puts kids' lives
Okay. This was like the third or fourth times he brings up the nut house, but I just think it's interesting because Cody brings it up and makes a little, as we all see, hold on.
He was in the hospital for 6 months. Okay.
I'm sorry, but like it was bad. He slit his wrist. I'm sorry.
So John wants to say he was in a regular hospital for 6 months. Lita, we are going back to 2020, the fallout with the HDJ. I found this old video was given to me, and I'm playing it.
That's what happened. And I mean, that's when I met him, like afterwards. And everything's been fine. It's been fine. I'm sorry, but like, all I want to say is that, to really sum it up, is that if anything fucking happens to my husband...
He's threatening us all.
I know I fucked up on the 6 months. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
I'm in the fucking nut house, and I'm a fucking crazy person who fucking puts.
It seems, yeah, this 6 months is really bothering him for some reason, but Cody said it was 6 months.
Kids' lives in fucking jeopardy, and I beat my fucking husband, and I abuse him with fucking doctored fucking screenshots. This woman is so fucking sick. Like, there aren't even.
All right, Glen Crack. Now, Johnny just said he was leaving, and then you come in. What's up? You're the same person. That's evidence. That's fact.
Fucking words, man. Words. We lived with Megan and Brian for 5 months in Port Washington.
I think it was more, wasn't it?
Did anybody ever hear one fucking bad thing? We were all fucking great.
We were watching their children almost every other fucking night.
There was drama. I remember hearing them complain that people were calling her husband, who was a police officer. I heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true, that he super glued the door shut on their car or something when they left. Or I'm sure they called CPS. That's a go-to move. I'll have to rely on Glen Crack here for your memory. Sure. Okay. I remember there being a lot of drama. They did a lot of lives from that pool house or whatever it was they were living in. Yeah, I don't know who on earth would allow these men around their children. CPS was called. Yeah. So again, he's done that with 2 of the people that he's lived with in the last few years. So, and he's called on other people. So just be careful. You're forewarned. You've been warned all these years, but you're literally hearing it from his own mouth. It's going to be chaotic and drama. And if you like that, and I think some of you do, then, have at it. He'll be talking about you for the next 15 years.
We were their nannies. We were the nannies. We were the living fucking nannies. Not one fucking issue. But outside forces had to get involved because they saw that we were all happy and doing good, and had to ruin that.
They could not accept it.
And I know exactly who these fucking people are, and I had to get shit because.
Listen, all different names.
We're not here for your drama. Well, how do you think this fucking drama fucking happened?
Because of this shit right here. You fight with everybody that leaves a negative comment. Then you dig into their personal life and out and dox them. That's how.
And this is fair to me. Oh, John says mean things about the fucking cast. How dare he? That's another one of their angles. I am probably the most tamest fucking blogger there fucking is. You ever see what fucking Savage posts? I mean, like, shit. Like, of all the fucking bloggers, I think I'm the fucking most lenient. Yeah, people follow bloggers.
No, John, you are absolutely the worst. And there's some screenshots coming up. I didn't have time to really dive into all my old screenshots of the cast. I remember your famous live about Ashley having lupus and the vault was opening when you fell out with her. Then you fell out with, Ricky. Then you fell out with, I can't even think of all the old ass casts, but everything. And you don't, Ricky, what you like, you're going to see some screenshots where he posts Ricky's, legal troubles, and then he threatens Ricky that he's sending it to his divorce attorney and all this. I mean, he threatened the cast with a whole bunch of shit.
Because they fucking talk shit and they fucking prove things fucking wrong and they try to, and they make light of fucking things.
Oh, I'm smoking crack or smoking meth in the bedroom. But meanwhile, I'm still welcome there.
I don't make fucking memes. I don't make horrible fucking memes of fucking cast members.
Still misses me and wants me to come back.
I don't do that shit.
Day after.
Here's, again, I just grabbed 3 out of the folder. Hey, Ricky, sweetheart, I've just forwarded every piece of racist, homophobic hate you've spewed to your ex-wife and her attorney. You reap what you sow. Nobody else got this involved with the cast members.
Day, it's fucking stupid.
I don't.
And then here he is dragging Ricky. Oh yeah, Danielle. Don't forget about Danielle. And he didn't just drag her; he dragged her hygiene, her eye issue, everything that he can drag, he will drag about you.
I mean, like, stuff that's been memed and posted about.
Don't forget the DMs. Those come out first. You're never having a private conversation with John. It's going to be with John and, 40,000 of his closest friends.
About the cast makes me look like a fucking angel compared to the fucking shit that I fucking say on Instagram.
Nope.
That's why people follow fucking blog. I'm not even a fucking blogger. Bloggers get paid. I am not a blogger. I don't have a website. I don't have a blog.
Then why are you calling yourself a blogger years later? Because you got a paycheck for it?
Like, I fell into this fucking category by fucking default because nobody else knew what the fucking God, I can't say that word. Categorize me as, sorry.
Oh, I remember that.
And, all about the tea and Starcasm and, Real Housewives and all these other fucking bloggers who have websites. They get money off this shit. They get paid. And listen, I'm not digging up fucking people's old arrest records and posting that shit either. You know how many people...
That was another arrest record or legal shit. Yeah, you do.
You know how many arrest records I've gotten from the new cast, like Brittany, who was arrested, and I wouldn't post it. I gave it to somebody else because, I'm not trying to ruin people's fucking lives on here. Like, do I say something fucking snarky like Tom's a fucking asshole? Yeah, he's a fucking asshole. We all fucking know that.
I don't know if some of you were there back then. I was there back then. No, he said some real nasty shit. And, if you believed him.
But, like, shit.
Good point. He's a blogger. He's a gossip blogger.
So, and that Am, I'll say, I have a heart and a conscience. I don't want to post this about this person. Stuff that I pass up and, the stuff that I know that Cass has trusted me with, I could be a greedy motherfucker and post shit that Cass tells me the second it fucking happens. And then I have to watch, all these other fucking bloggers. Oh, I just exposed this about this cast member when I fucking knew that shit for fucking weeks. And if I was a greedy motherfucker with no fucking heart, I would have posted it and said, fuck this cast member. I don't give a fuck. I'm just in this for me, and I don't care about anybody else. And that's not the fucking case at all.
Yeah. It's such a lie.
So that's it. Is that it, Cody? Can you just sit next to me so people don't think that, or don't? I don't know. It put a strain. Listen, it was not easy for me to read that stuff.
Of course not. We talked about it. Everything. Yes. Okay. So we got a crazy fucking bitch on our hands. Another one. So, that's what we do. We work through it, and, that's what we do. I mean...
I don't know who this lawyer Colleen is. I keep seeing Colleen.
I mean, I don't know. I already apologized for fucking everything.
Why would you apologize if it's all a lie? Oh.
I have the fucking detective on my side, even saying, yes, I know exactly what was going on. It was her. It was fucking her. I don't know what else to fucking do. So, I apologize for every fucking thing.
No, I'm not saying that. It's just not,
I feel horrible. But as you know, I was fucking scared. I was also hurt. I was not in the right fucking state of mind. Nothing.
Meanwhile, Jenna just put the moves on him.
I wasn't.
I'm defending him. I'm not, was it hurtful to read? Of course it was.
Of course it is.
My fucking husband
Nobody wants to read that.
Stuff about me, which was not true. But at the same time, he was coerced by her when she tried to fucking put the moves on him. She tried to get sexual with him. And he felt like he was between a rock and a fucking hard place. I had nowhere to go. So that's the reason why I'm still sitting next to him. And, because, I can forgive that, Is it hard to digest? Yes. But, we've been married for 12... Well, we've been together for 12 years and married for 9. So, and none of us ever expected for this to ever fucking happen. And this woman has teamed up with all these fucking sick haters like Dominique...
All the ones that she used to make their life hell.
And she made their fucking lives hell. And
yes.
They took her in with fucking. It's
As
so
soon as
fucking
they
sick.
as soon as they found out that John left and that her and John were in a little tiff, boom, they were right there with fucking open arms, and they were like, "Oh, come on,
Colleen,
join our team," and she fucking jumped right on that goddamn.
Colleen,
train.
I just saw your comment.
I'm writing down these names that I'm gonna have to resurrect the board to add, like, I don't know, 8 more names. People have contacted me and said, hey, these names are missing. And there actually was a couple that were missing. And I got to add Rakin. I got to add Sophie. He's doing a bang up job.
Take a screenshot of it. I will message you after this. I don't think you want. You said off the record. You want to talk about this on a live? I don't know if you want to talk about this on this. I don't know. Like, I'll go live with you. Like, I don't I don't know if that's what you want to do.
No.
I'd rather talk to you in a message because I don't, I don't think it's the right venue for. Oh, fuck it. You want to go live? I don't care.
I mean, as I said to fucking everybody, apologize to every fucking person out there on live after live after live after live.
I just tried to go live with you and it was declined.
And I've apologized to my fucking husband.
I don't know what to do.
So many fucking times, every single fucking day. So it's like, I don't know what else to fucking do.
I think privately would be the best.
This is what is so sad. Cody is desperately trying to win favor again with the man who put those bruises on his body. He's desperately trying to say, I'll never speak up again if this happens. I can't believe I did that. I mean, it's just sad. Wow.
That's what everything else. So,
because once you go live with me, and I'm sure the haters
and
are
half the shit I didn't even fucking know about. So,
but that's that. And like, I can't stand. I'm getting so many messages. We don't care about your drama. Well, like, this is my fucking life that's being.
So then don't be fucking involved.
Because I'm reporting about.
I think we've been together like 25 years. Wait, so almost 26 years, actually. Yeah, never had the police, never made a report, never.
This fucking TV show. And like, oh, what? So I was in.
I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying that's what I'm accustomed to is I don't come from a background with these knockdown, drag out fights. Sometimes online, like we've seen this happen with him, or the yelling and screaming back and forth. It's hard for me to understand it.
Inspired by the new umpteenth fucking spinoff of the goddamn show, John Yates puts his fans on fucking blast because this shit's fucking crazy. And I've had these fucking people after me for fucking years, and they don't
Which are
fucking
still
stop.
pussies that won't even fucking show themselves.
I get phone calls, messages. I'm
they're
following you.
Like,
Yeah. I presume that Cody wasn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Wasn't going to allow any more pictures. He was obviously wanting to, I would like to know what happened. If I really don't think it was that Jen tried to R him, of how John got his hooks back in him, why Cody left. I mean, we've heard all kinds of reasons, but again, the truth is somewhere in the middle. Maybe I'm sure there's a little bit of truth on each side.
it's not ding dong. This isn't like a fucking normal fucking internet troll that said, that says I do meth. This is much more fucking deeper than this. And I'm sick of talking about it, but at this point,
Operation Poodle.
like, there's serious, like, my livelihood's at fucking stake and my reputation and everything else.
And yet he still handles everything the exact same way he's handled it way back then. And I'm sorry, people don't understand why it is important to show a pattern across time, other than it's kind of a defense too, to say, no, I didn't make him this way. These people didn't make him this way. He's been this way. And you guys eating it up, and he's a poor victim. He's been a victim. So yeah, I am going to play it. I don't understand why those people don't understand it. They look at it as picking on. No, I'm going to say he's always like that. I bet if you could find him in middle school, he was like that.
I'm not covering the mic. I don't think I am. I might be. Sorry, I'm holding the phone. So that's that. So now you heard the fucking police report. Add that to the list of me hating cancer patients and Muslims and trans people.
Tomorrow's gonna be a
fucking,
different story
I taught
again.
my fucking self, and then tomorrow it'll be fucking something else.
Just like I said before, like as you guys like even saw, I'm sure you guys saw it. I was smoking meth in the room by myself, and she was fine.
I forgot about that, PMR. I remember seeing that. Cody's taking damn pictures of her wife. This is what they do in your house. Something just acted like it picked up recording. Taking pictures of her while she's sitting on the couch, if I remember correctly, eating. And Cody's taking like pictures from, it was just gross. Who does that? Hello, Daddy.
Fine with that, I guess, it's supposedly, which I wasn't because I never have. And then after she hates on me, then all of a sudden, oh, my dogs and like my kid misses you and like this and that. Like, you're fucking unstable. Like, it's just, I'm tired of fucking hearing about it. I'm not even on there and I'm fucking tired of hearing about it. Like, my one wish, if it would ever come true, would be him never even being on this shit.
I mean, it's just not fun anymore. It really isn't.
Again, this is 4 years ago. We just heard this last week in his new Swan song. He'll be back.
Every time we wake up, I look at John. I'm like, "What's going on now?"
I react every fucking few months.
And I'm already
when I
rolling
can't
my
swallow
eyes
anymore,
because I know it's fucking something, and it's like, ugh. And that's how we start our day. We can't.
Then be done. Be gone. But you still keep coming back for this shit.
Can't even start our day with a fucking smile or anything because it's fucking ridiculous.
Like, when I wake up, I dread looking at my fucking phone because, like, I don't know what is coming at me. What I'll be waiting for when I check and my texts are going off and, like, I see my DMs flooding up. I'm like, oh, fuck, what is it now? You know? These people coming after me like I murdered their family. Like I murdered their children. Like I made them lose their fucking jobs. Like I've done this, like I've done that.
Oh, like they done to you?
Yeah.
What job? Oh, that one job.
This woman, she even drove, she wrecked my fucking car.
She wrecked my car.
She drove into my fucking car high as fucking hell while trying to take her kids to school, and she wonders why CPS was fucking called. She took his fucking car with no fucking insurance, taking her kids to fucking school and wrecked that. She wrecked both.
Why does Cody's car have no insurance? That's now a couple times I've heard that.
Their fucking cars, like, you guys don't fucking know. Like, it's fucking crazy.
I found little fucking nugs of fucking pot, like, in the seat of my fucking car that fell out of her fucking bowl while she was still probably smoking and driving.
To hear them say this is just, come on.
And I got burn holes in my fucking seat because of her fucking ass. So, and I take pride in my fucking car, and so does John. And, like...
So, you know what? I think I'm done. I don't think I got anything else to say. Unless there's a question. Don't ask something fucking stupid. Oh, anybody who's following those fucking accounts will get blocked.
You're automatically blocked.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care. You're blocking.
You notice why I took a dip in followers is because I blocked, you know, I don't like to fucking send to acknowledge hate pages about me because, like, it sends people them and people can't fucking help themselves because they're nosy motherfuckers. And they can help themselves but follow a public page that they don't need to that's spewing fucking nothing but filth about me or my mother or my husband or whatever. So, yeah, if you're going to fucking follow that account or any other account, I block you. I don't need those types of people following me.
We don't need any more fucking drama and shit like that. Like, you guys don't know what we fucking deal with every single fucking day. And every second and every minute and every hour of the fucking day that we fucking deal with. Like, his phone goes off non-fucking stop. And it's aggravating. We can't even watch a fucking movie together and enjoy it because we either A, have to stop it or turn it down and miss everything because we have to deal with the fucking shit that comes in on the goddamn phone. So it's like,
right?
Well, that's the fucking point. Like, it's so fucking stupid. This whole fucking thing, Instagram is the dumbest thing.
And you can't report any account. Nothing. Instagram won't fucking do anything. They're putting my lives up, my stories. DMCAs don't fucking work. I'm done. I'm tired of talking about it. Good night.
Again, nothing is his fault. Oh, hold on.
That's all I gotta say.
It's tiring.
Now I've had to humiliate myself with this fucking bullshit police report, with my suicide, with my mother's suicide, with my mom's suicide note that Cody fucking wrote, all from this fucking woman who is sick in the fucking head and needs seriously fucking help. By her own admission, if you look at my story, minor mental fucking issues from her fibromyalgia.
And her COPD.
Like, but I don't know. Good night, everybody. I'm done.
That literally could have been like last week, the whole ending. These people, this is what we deal with, like, you know. And there again, anytime somebody goes out of their way to send him a gift or help him in any way, they always get burned. And I feel like I'm doing my due diligence. I am doing a PSA to say, if you're going to help him, if you're going to offer him a place, you're going to get burned. You're going to get burned. I mean, Cody's own mom says, I think it was interesting too, that John chose to add that in. It was worth it, I guess, because the only other sentence after Cody's mom accusing him of lying to the cops was that he said hello to the sister and have you talked to your brother. So that point to drive that home, so he had to leave in Cody's a liar. I think it's just another way for John just being John. I mean, I personally would have cut that part out and let that part of the other go. These are like 5 pages of Jen's story. I did read it once before. I can put it up on screen if you guys want to try to read it, or I can read it to you. Let me know if you're interested in that. Yeah, nothing has. If this was completely different, and like, let's say he was way worse back then, but he's so much better now, I wouldn't be covering it if he was actually better. But every time I watch an old video, and I could go pull up some other ones right now and blindly pick a spot, and you're going to hear the exact same stuff that you're hearing from last week. It's everybody else's fault. It's not ours. We have to put up with all this stuff and different names. That's the only thing that changes. Everything else is the same. I started hearing about that when I was looking through this old stuff about the fake S note. How that suddenly came out. I don't know. Oh, I forgot about the fake S note from his mom. It's written on notebook paper that hasn't, right? Not notebook paper from 1980 something. I remember seeing it on his page because I have a picture of it, and I know he's posted it in his stories. I honestly never read it. So, but he posts this stuff. Look what you made me do. And then look what you made Cody do. He broke the stove. I mean, it's everybody's fault because they got mad, and this is how they chose to handle it. In their 40s, or at least John is. Yeah, I've heard all kinds of theories. Just, I never knew what was what with that whole thing. Yep, it's going to start all over again. He's going to get new people. They'll come across his channel because everybody's being mean to him, and he'll get a whole bunch of new haters. I think he lost some watching how he turned on Sophie. And maybe some of them, not the diehard ones, but some of them like, wow, if he'll do that to Sophie, maybe he'd do it to me. He's done it to hundreds of Sophies. Yeah, I think we're over 100 now. Excuse me. Cody is always on. Let me call it. Excuse me. That's what I don't understand. The people, for those of you, when you know who you are, who have been there all this time, how you can stand to listen to it day after day, month after month, year after year. It's almost like listening, it's the same level to me as listening to See What. It's just that constant. Hers is like anger, seething anger all the time. And John vacillates between anger and pity and self-loathing and this and that, but it's still a pattern. HDJ even said Cody couldn't go home because they hated JY. No, it's true. They don't like. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the home to HDJ. I believe it. I think that's why John, and as soon as they met in Florida, they hightailed it. John took him out of Florida. But again, I have to go back and watch the interview that John did because, again, he says some awful things. I've never seen John begging for forgiveness to Cody for that, saying those things, that he couldn't read or write, that he was on drugs, that he's being controlled with drugs, all this stuff. Where's the public flogging for that? Yeah, that suck. The end. Whatever it is, we are the victims. I'm gonna let this, hold on, while I'm looking at comments. If you want to screenshot these and come back for them, it's like 3 seconds on each. Let me know. Of course, I left my logo on top. I gotta say, this letter rings true in a lot of ways. The way she describes how they came to her, what happened there. You know what? I might just go ahead and read it one more time. The last time I read it was my very first live. And that's on him. No one needed to see this stuff. Absolutely no one. He just did it for sympathy. That's his go-to. Serious? I don't remember seeing that one. I don't think he picks. I think that's who will talk to him. Hey, Daisy, get down. I think that's who will actually just talk to him because they're similar, like the Angelas, the Pauls. Actually, I'm surprised him and Big Ed aren't besties. And then he sits there and says he doesn't have any legal troubles, but Jen had a restraining order on him. Lita had a restraining order on him. We know Maria's been trying for over a year now because of his online harassment and threats. He came back on Twitter, apparently. I'm not sure. Maybe he's trying to go political. I think he came back with some kind of political post, but I'm not 100%. I just know I had a screenshot of him definitely not deactivated. I feel like Siba in her anger is because she feels entitled to a better life, but she isn't willing to put in. Yep, absolutely. I know. Okay. Do you guys want? It'll probably take me like 10 minutes to read it, and then we'll get you out of here. Basically, this is a letter that Jen wrote as a timeline of events with how John came to live with her, what happened while they were living with each other, and how it ended. And I'm not sure if this was solely for a restraining order or in addition to the domestic violence or in response to the CPS call that John made. It's probably all three. So I'm going to read it real quick, and then I'm going to get you guys out of here. Okay. Let me get some Gatorade first. I'm going to be very quick here. Attention to the detective regarding the domestic violence that occurred in my home at this address between John and Greg Yates in the early morning of January 25th, 2020. My name is Jennifer. My husband, Blank, and son moved to Blank in mid-December 2018. We purchased it knowing it required construction due to termite damage and have been dealing with contractors. There, let me make it bigger for myself. And construction issues. And, that way I can get closer. All right, we've been dealing with construction issues due to termite damage ever since. Despite the struggles to get our house completed, we absolutely love our new community and cannot imagine calling another place home. My husband works at blank, and for the last 15 years, until summer 2019, I was employed by blank. For the first 7 years, I served as regional director, blah, 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 degrees, blah, 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 got pregnant in 2011, blah, 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 blah. One of the few respites from teaching and being a new mom, an older new mom at 41 to be exact, was watching some reality TV shows. One of those shows was a new show, 90 Day Fiance. I didn't really know anyone who watched it, so I started following the cast members and fellow viewers on Twitter. Somewhere around mid-2016 and tweeting about the show, that's how I met John Yates. At the time, we became friends over the show and chatted here and there. His account was pretty small then. He wasn't, quote, famous. He had maybe 4,000 followers at the time on Twitter and no Instagram account. He may have had Facebook, but we hadn't friended each other at that point. I only had my Twitter account and Facebook account then. I also have a habit of taking long social media breaks, especially from specific platforms. Like Facebook was deactivated from March 19 to October 19. I did the same thing with Twitter. New page. Oopsie, these are out of order. I didn't know it then. Let me turn this. There we go. Okay, I didn't know it then. Honestly, I didn't know so many things until now. But apparently, John wanted to be famous and tried to do so in a variety of ways. Because he spends 24/7 on social media, he truly believes most of us do, which is weird to me. But in any case, in time, he became cozy with various cast members from 90 Day Fiancé and started making a name for himself. He started doing live Periscope videos with them after the show. Back then, I would set an alarm on my phone to remind me each week that his live would be on. I still missed them, but I was busy and would watch the recorded show late. Needless to say, I obviously was missing a great deal of his behavior online during that time through to now, because again, I'm not on social media 24/7. At one point, I'm not sure about that, but at one point I dropped off of Twitter for a good 6 months. I would text him on occasion and see how he's doing, but that's about it. When I did come back to Twitter and his popularity grew, it appeared he developed quite a group of haters. That's all I really saw. And well, now I know because he manipulated what I saw and didn't see. So I often have defended him because I'd gotten to know him as a friend. One of my lifelong values, and one that I teach my son as well, is that you stand up to bullies. You make friends with the kids that don't have one. You step in and help when someone is being hurt. So I did. And in time, I just became known for defending him. And his haters hated me and harassed me too. So it made sense to me at the time that he was being truthful and they were the bad guys. Bad guys who caused him to lose his job by calling it, caused them to lose the place they were staying with a cop and his wife's home in New York because they called CPS on the family in a melody of daily incidents. He was always the victim, and it did appear so from my limited standpoint. After they lost their place, staying with the blankety blank, they had to stay in a dirty motel that they could not afford in Long Island, I believe. I was honestly worried that he was going to do something drastic soon out of depression. I'm sure he's told her that every day on the phone. So Tim and I discussed it and decided to offer them the opportunity to start over here in the Chicago area and get on their feet. This was offered to them November 2019. On December 5th, they arrived. We had to get a rental in blank due to construction in our home. We'd originally planned to stay with my mother-in-law, but now that they were coming, we had to rent a place with more room. Do you think they're appreciative? No. When I initially arrived, John looked horrible, disheveled, skinny, worn out. Gray looked healthy and normal. I told them to rest up a bit and worry about job hunting the next week. They seemed to look a bit, but nothing. On New Year's Eve, we took them to blank blank and Ubered home. We knew the manager, and Tim asked him about jobs for both of them. That person called them to begin working a few days later. We left the rental, moved back into our house January 10th, 2020. Okay, page. Oh boy, it's longer than I remember. Let me get a drink real quick. Sorry, I don't have a lovely voice that could soothe you guys. Okay. Tension seemed to be building at the rental place, not for any specific reason. I just felt it. We were obviously supporting them, and John burned through alcohol like I'd never seen before. He could easily drink a big box of wine in a day. Now remember, this was written way back and posted in 2020. He expected us to keep him in alcohol, despite drinking. To be honest, I think every waking moment, but I can't be sure. He wasn't always drunk, but I could always smell it on his breath. He was angry and hostile daily over Instagram, his haters, etc. He would stay up all night long and then sleep all day until 3 to 5 p.m. He was often just going to bed when I'd get up with my son for school. There were a few times that he didn't sleep at all for 2 to 3 days straight. In retrospect, you could see a steady decline. There were times that we heard what we thought was roughhousing, but didn't hear anything escalate, so nothing happened at the Miller rental. However, Cody did mention in discussion one day, wait until you see our fights. It will get physical. That left me with pause. While John and Cody had been staying with us, I basically stayed off social media accounts. If he was going live, I could watch him do it from my living room, and if things were happening with haters, I was hearing the live version. That really seemed to irritate him that I wasn't watching what was going on 24/7, and I certainly wasn't giving him the adulation he felt he deserved. In fact, if I felt he did or said something inappropriate, racist, sexist, mean, etc., I told him. Well, John's never said anything racist, only in a comment, so I don't believe that. Okay. This is really hard to read. I told him I would expect to be able to address issues with real friends. Well, on January 21st, I received a message from an Instagram account from 90 Day Fiancé saying John was mad at her and could I talk to him? I had no idea what was going on. I told her no worries. I would talk to him and calm him down and have him call her. John didn't come out of his bedroom until about 4 p.m. that day and went out to smoke a cigarette on our porch. My husband was home sitting near me. As he walked back in, I said, hey, I got a message from blank and John started screaming at me, fuck that bitch, fucking hate her. Tell her to fuck off. My mouth dropped. He was angry that I didn't read his screenshots he sent me in the middle of the night on IG in regards to the matter. The matter was his haters discovered some pretty ugly tweets he posted about Muslims back in 2016. They reposted them and showed them to her. I tried to this is about Avery, I think. 90 Day Fiancé cast member. I tried to calm him down, but to no avail. My plan at that point was to wait a few days and try to talk to him again when he calmed down some. But he grew more hostile, so I went back and read what he wanted me to read. And once I did, I felt he was wrong and told him so. That didn't go over well and didn't speak to me again until January 24th. We chatted a little before he left for work, and he texted, and everything seemed fine. His mood seemed stable. That's in quotes. He even sent a few jokes via text. I went to bed around 11:30 that night. New page. At about 3:30 a.m. on 1/25/2020, I woke up from a dead sleep. Usually I don't hear them come in, but I could tell there was some discord going on. Cody always tried to calm John down, keep him more quiet. My son had to go to school. So I thought at first maybe they were just talking loud, but it woke me up. So then I hear it getting louder, and I even turned my TV volume up, hoping to alert them that I am up, and heard them. Despite the TV volume being up, I started hearing a series of very loud, repetitive slaps. That's when I jumped out of bed and went to the living room to see John holding Cody over my banister rail to the downstairs, trying to push him over and repeatedly slapping him. I was in total shock and immediately said, you have to stop. I have a child in the house. You can't do this here. Please stop. John's attention immediately turned to me and away from Cody. He was screaming right up in my face, eyes bulging out, spit flying in my face. Oh, fuck off, Jennifer. You're a piece of shit, mother, and you are so mean to me. You have never done anything for me, you stupid cunt. And then many other expletives and insults. At that point, I ran and tried to wake up my husband, who was a sound sleeper. I initially woke him and told him, you have to get up. You have to get up. He's losing it. He was disoriented and apparently thought that John was doing one of his lives in which he gets pretty loud and animated. And my husband drifted back to sleep. I'd run out into the hall to see where and what was going on at that point, and I realized that they went into the room and the door was shut. The bedrooms have no locks, so I opened the door. John was raging, and I tried again to calm him, but instead he grabbed Cody and threw him to the floor, which he really hit really hard. At that point, I looked at John and I said, I swear to God, if you lay one more finger on him, I will call the cops. I mean it. I'm getting Tim. And I tried to wake him again. I got him up this time, still disoriented, and took him a few minutes to realize that what was going on. By then, they were in the living room and I ran back out to the living room. John looked me dead in the face and said, Tim's not coming because he agrees with me. See, it's stuff like this I could totally see him saying. The way she characterizes what he's saying to her, I absolutely can see it. Okay. Tim agrees with me. I swear on my father's grave, in parentheses. That is obviously not the case. So Tim then came out, at which time John and Cody were over by our front door in the living room. John was getting physical again, and Tim got in the middle of them. John then said, oh, what? I'm supposed to be scared now? I replied, this is our house. I want you out of my house right now. There will be no domestic violence in this house, ever. Get out of my home. You are never welcome back. Cody, you can stay if you wish, but John has to go. Let me find the next page. Sorry, I'm not reading your comments, obviously. Okay. I sat on the couch and let Tim handle the rest, getting him out of our home. John continued to verbally attack me, and I replied, you can't push my buttons, John. He replied, oh, I know. You're such a bad bitch. Well, you just wait. We'll see how tough you are when CPS shows up. Yeah. Hell, he threatened that last month. He was going to call CPS on us, on our kids. Not shocking. And he did. He followed through on that. Okay. We'll see how tough you are when CPS shows up. That was the last thing he said to me before Tim ensured he was out of our home and off the property. I wanted to call the police then, but we didn't for a few reasons. I read this before. It was now 5 a.m. and we're the new family in the neighborhood. 2, I knew there was a good chance Cody would go right back to him if he was hauled off in the squad car. And 3, and Cody admitted as much. And 3, retaliation. This man has nearly 50,000 followers on Instagram, 13 on Twitter. And I knew he'd retaliate with harassment. I really just had no idea then how bad it was going to get. He has been harassing and defaming me every day online, making fake accounts, getting people to contact and threaten me online via text. He had 2 people who do not know me at all file fake CPS reports. Oh, there's 2. He sent the cops out to both my home and Cody's work for fake wellness checks, saying we had chained him to the walls and we were not feeding him or letting him work. He truly made life hell for all of us every day. I did hear that call. I forgot about that call of John calling in a wellness check on Cody. About a week and a half after the incident, John showed up out of nowhere on a Thursday, 1/30, 2020. No call, no warning. Cody and I had discussed packing up John's belongings and setting a time for us to be gone, but my husband couldn't be there so he could pick up his belongings. Oh, so my husband could be there to pick up his belongings and we would be safe and await. Instead, John showed up about 12:30, knocked on Cody's window. I had just gotten out of the shower and was getting ready to go pick up my son from school for his weekly doctor appointment. I had to leave by 2:45. John showed up with Beth Mayer's 16-year-old daughter. She's on 90 Day Fiance, and that's where John went to stay when I kicked him out in Sandusky, Ohio. Cody called me and told me John was here. I went to the door. So he had his phone, or maybe he yelled out to her. I went to the door and I asked him to stay on the porch while I got Cody, but John forced his way in my home, pushing the door open and pushing me back. By then, Cody came out. I was going to call the cops then, and Cody asked me not to. I contacted my husband, and being that he was 2 hours away, he said, just stay out of the way and let him get his stuff so he doesn't get crazy. I abided and went back to the bathroom to get ready. He dragged it on for 2 hours. Cody went out to the garage at one point where John was loading stuff. Cody informed me that John had large cans of beer in the car and he believed him to be drunk. Cody was worried about the 16-year-old driving with him back to Ohio. So we gave the girl my number just in case she ran into trouble because Cody couldn't find his phone. We soon discovered that John took Cody's phone, tablet, and literally all of their clothes. Cody had 1 pair of pants, 1 pair of socks, and 1 pair of underwear. Oh, they went on about the socks forever. But I could absolutely see John doing that to say, see how it was? I didn't have any clothes. Now you don't. Sorry. Okay. He took everything. It was creeping up to 2:45. So I told him Again, this is time for them to leave. I said, please tell him it's time to go. I have to get to my son, and I will not leave this house with him on my property. If he doesn't leave right now, I am absolutely calling the cops. They did leave. It wasn't until about a week ago, though, that we discovered that John purposefully broke Cody's family heirlooms from his grandma and great-grandma, and it was shattered all over our garage. We have a lot stored out there during the construction. That was the last time I physically seen John Yates, and I hope to never see him again. Since there's just a little bit left. Since this incident, I'm incessantly harassed and defamed online with new impersonation accounts every day. He has done everything in his power to destroy my character because I would not allow him to beat his husband in my home. I know that this is a separate issue, but I want to take my own legal action and seek legal protection and for myself and my family, because Yates is not going to stop. He has nothing to lose. If you have any further questions about pictures were submitted with Cody's bruising, do not hesitate, blah, blah, blah. Oof. So that is that. Remove that. Okay. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Petty, for posting that. And this is where I say, while I'm not convinced about everything that Jen said, but a lot of that sounds exactly like Cody. Like, you know how people that when they try to make up events, it just doesn't ring true? That does ring true. On everything that I know about Yates, it rings true. The way he handled himself, the way he behaved. I mean, he made a meal out of the beer cans, supposedly rolling out of the car. You know, he doesn't drink beer. You know, I don't know if that part happened. If Cody is the one that told her about it, again, Cody won't admit that at that point, of course. Excuse me. So that wraps up to, I guess, around, I'm curious when that was written. Oh, boy. I just want to see the date. Oh. My screenshots don't have the date. But again, only 22 people had seen this until John covered it. Well, on her page, going over the police report and stuff like that, that's on her page. There's only like 20 people on those as well. Oh, good. I would have shown a picture of it, but she took a picture with her, it looks like her phone. And when you're taking a picture of a computer screen of a written document, there's a bunch of wavy lines. So even if I made it even bigger, you wouldn't be able to really read it because the wavy lines, that's what was making it hard to read. I don't remember that. Getting new phones. Did she buy them new phones? I am looking like a Brillo pen today. I don't. But I'm curious how, when Cody got his phone back, or did somebody just buy him, did Jen buy him a new phone after John took it or hid it? Or Jen did, if you believe that. I bet he did. He's going to say all nasty things. I'll make a deal, John. You actually go away. I will actually stop. But I have stopped in the past when you went away, and you always come back, and you're nasty as ever. So excuse me if I don't believe you this time. You've literally said this at least 10 times over the years, if not more. Oh, I don't remember that part. All right, let me see. It's 4:30. All right, guys, I am going to, hold on, I'm going to plug this in real quick before you guys actually get thrown off. Done 2 longer lives. My next live is going to be about chicken and starting the cracky stuff again. I actually took John's advice about bringing the chickens inside. So we'll discuss that. Well, I should say chicken. But all right. Well, if you guys are still awake, Jody, I want to thank you again. Really appreciate that for your super chat. And this was posted and I flagged it because I wanted to talk about it. Interesting fact, in case you're listening, John. Interesting fact, a lot of Jersey Shore towns have social services will give you housing vouchers to live in a motel. You have like a year or two to stay there until you get your life together. And I was always, that's all it says. So, maybe you should pass that on to John because I really do think he's going to need a place to live. Personally. Absolutely. We'll talk about that. All right, guys. We will play us out. Let me make sure there was nothing else. Nope. Oh, I forgot to add the document with bye, bitch, bye. I should have just added it. That's a good question. Maybe Cody can do it now, and the other one's in his name or John's name. All right, guys. I don't know of anybody else going live. I did briefly check. Cooch, I looked. I didn't see you were going live later. Yes. Rest in peace, Kareem. So anyway. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of the day, and I will see some of you next time. Let me add this. And thank you again to Crackball for this wonderful, wonderful song. I love. Oh, thank you, Doroth. Sorry. Thank you so much. I have to look why this is playing on who got them. All right, wait, what am I doing? That was very sweet. Thank you very much, Dorothy. Sorry.
Lots of crime in this town, hardly time to get it down. The police so worn out from all the trips out to his house. High cop just got dispatched. What will it be this time? Did someone spoof his cell phone or is he holding a knife? He don't like to take showers. Smells like wine, mouth foam, and tears. Ew, coming from the cottage. Weird sounds day and night. All they do is cook, drink, smoke, and fight. He don't like to take showers, no. He rarely changes his pants. He's gonna go on for hours, yeah. And at the end of his rant, he'll be out there and dancing on that old wooden stand. Yeah, he's the smelly seaside drunk blogger man. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside grifting beggar, baby. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside grifting beggar, baby. Yeah, he's a beggar, seaside grifting beggar, baby. Yeah, he's a beggar, oh, city's trying to clean up, becoming gentrified. Just can't ever happen till he goes bye-bye. He don't like to take showers, no. He rarely changes his pants.
All right. Thank you guys again. If you don't mind hitting the like on your way out. And thank you to the new subscribers for helping me get to 1,000. And thank you to Ruth and Jody. Bye, guys. Have a great evening.